If I may be the first one to say something, I kind of, there's gonna be two parts to what I'm gonna say here. I miss being close to Malcolm, but also I feel happy being far from him.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like being
Free.
not on the side for once. I like being.
I like not having to lean back in my chair.
Yeah.
I really like not having to.
I also
Feels
like that my
nice.
legs can go.
Oh, yeah.
Spread.
Oh, my
I can
goodness.
spread eagle if I want.
Dude, the knee situation was horrible before.
Oh my god, the knee situation. I mean, for me it was less so because you guys had the legs.
It's like crossing.
Yeah. I couldn't even. I sat in your positions maybe a handful of times, and I couldn't stand it. Why are you doing that?
Because I noticed I went to just my underwear, and then I was like, people are gonna think I was touching my dick or something.
Hey,
So
why
I
don't you-
better make it obvious.
Why don't you slide it back? Because you're gonna have to keep leaning forward every time you talk. Why don't you slide it all the way down?
Because that.
Let's see what happens.
It also feels.
I forgot my arm, and I'm annoyed.
Why don't you just? You can just hold it.
Oh.
like we are.
I
There you go.
can. I just really don't. I don't like holding it.
It's kind of weird, all being kind of like separated a little bit. The
little
talking
bit,
feels
yeah.
different.
Yeah,
Especially 'cause I
your
don't have
laptop
headphones
is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I?
Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah. So, what assignment did you get done? If I may
I had to
ask?
do a proposal for a paper in my feminist class.
In your feminist class.
It's not
Tell
a
us a little.
It's not a feminist class, but it's
Tell us a little bit about the
very
proposal.
feminist forward. I'm writing a paper on fake media and fake news,
Okay.
and I was kind of just had to lay out how I was.
So CNN, right?
I had to lay out how I was gonna write the paper, like what I want to include in my intro, include some of my references,
pull
and
this?
like kind of talk about some of my like theories I'd like to look into.
Mm-hmm. So, who are the top perpetrators of fake news?
I mean, CNN's up there.
So, CNN's up.
CNN,
So
Fox,
is
the big
Fox.
Martin, you want to
MSNBC.
just pass me my wallet actually behind you? Because I'll put that under here so that we can...
Was MSNBC on the list? I've heard they're kind of biased.
I don't know. I haven't looked at that yet. But,
Mhm.
yeah, kind of excited about this paper. I like.
Oh, you're excited about this paper.
I am,
Have you
yeah.
ever said that about any paper ever?
I have. I enjoy writing papers, but this
Mhm.
one especially because like it's fake news and fake media is something that's interested me. And like
Mhm.
just like when I read research papers, and in one class there was a whole week where we talked about fake media, and then my other class was like you can write a paper on literally anything you want. So I just took the papers from that class, and now I'm gonna reference them in this new paper.
You'd think because he likes writing papers so much, he'd be better at writing them. I'm just kidding.
Do you remember the one you wrote about the Psycho? That movie?
Oh,
Of, like-
American Psycho?
No, he
No,
didn't write about American Psycho. He wrote
Split.
about
Split, yeah. I
Split.
remember that.
Do you remember that paper that you
I got
wrote?
like a 95 on that.
You got a 90 in that?
I got 95 on that.
Wow.
95 in that.
Yeah.
I mean, I edited it. I think Mark edited it too,
I
right?
think I completely did actually.
Actually, no, I know for a fact that I did some edits as well.
What he did a halfsies with us?
No, maybe you did a full draft. I did a full draft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure, I don't know what happened.
I just remember reading it and editing it. I didn't remember. I thought you reached out to me and said like, "Hey, I can't do it. Can you please do it?" or
Oh,
something.
wait, maybe that.
I'm
did
pretty
that
sure. I'm pretty sure I helped him get that grade. But
I can't remember now.
okay. Well, I can't remember either. So let's just say 50-50.
Sure.
Cool.
Okay with that. How much more time do we have to fill, Matt?
we can get started here.
Cool.
Well, you don't like talking with me?
No, I love talking with you.
Okay. Well, what's the problem?
Okay, let's keep talking then.
Okay.
What else is up?
What did you-
dropped it.
What did you guys do today?
What did I do
What
today?
what's that?
I don't know, nothing exciting. School.
Mm.
It's my underwear. hanging out.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I figured it was. I knew it wasn't.
God, Matt. Yeah, what did I do? I actually can't remember what the first thing I did today was.
I'm gonna
That's
interrupt you,
scary.
And Patrick was talking about he wants to take a whole week off in the
Oh,
summer so we
yes.
can go RV down the east coast of America.
That's right.
Down to Miami.
Yeah. You guys
Which-
you guys
which,
are up for that?
honest, it sounds dope. But
Like renting an
come on.
RV?
We'd rent an RV. We could drive down the East Coast in a week, right? We'd do 3 days, so 72 hours, go into Miami, right? Then
Spend-
96, we give ourselves 96 hours on the way back. How's that sound?
So how long do we spend in Miami? Or are we just getting there, being like cool and driving
we
back?
could spend a day in
I'd
Miami.
honestly rather.
Just a day?
You just
Why would
fly
we-
to
Yeah, I'd rather
Miami.
just fly. Like
the point
amount
is
of,
the RV.
Yeah, but the amount of gas that we'd spend.
No, but the point
would-
is to
honestly,
stop in places
I
on
think
the way
in total
there.
it would be
see
cheaper
other
if we
states.
RV'd and split gas. But How
The
many
other-
places on the East Coast do I want to visit? I don't want to go to Virginia.
Aren't the
Beach.
Virginias on the East Coast?
Yeah, but
We got New York.
Virginia's not that nice.
We got
You have a
Manhattan
problem
on the
with
East
this?
Coast.
We're not
Picked,
gonna go
like-
through Manhattan on the way down.
Why? We'd want to go to Manhattan at some point.
Yeah, but I don't think that's something you want to do in your RV.
I just feel like it's too much work. I want to be there and I want to be like settled there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but my whole thing is that Miami isn't, for me, Miami isn't like the end goal. It's just like the end of,
I
like,
mean,
we're not going to
that-
Mexico,
that's-
are
If
we?
we go to Miami, I want to spend some time in Miami.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I
Okay.
want to like full on do something. I feel
Yeah.
like doing the whole RV thing might be like you might half-ass each location a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I know you're saying Miami isn't like the best location ever,
Mhm.
but I feel like there's enough stuff there that it deserves a full trip on its own. And then
Okay.
the next year we do somewhere else. You know.
Mhm.
My problem is just that you've picked the farthest endpoint possible
Mhm.
in Miami.
It's 26 hours if you go straight shot. 26-hour drive,
But
and we can do it. We can spread that across 72 hours. I'm saying 3
We
days.
could even do it.
I
mean,
guess, but
the thing
why
is-
wouldn't you go somewhere like slightly closer, like a West Coast thing, and
West
wind up
Coast?
in like?
West Coast closer?
We are on the East Coast, Matthew.
I guess you have to go over first.
It's gonna take so long.
Well, I just meant like in
California,
terms of how
eh?
far south you're going. If you're going to Miami, you've picked like the fucking.
See, if
26
we're doing-
hours.
If we're doing an RV trip, I don't want to do it unless we have enough time to stop a bit in each place, or else I feel like it's just why didn't I? Just
You don't
fly
think
to
we have
Miami?
enough time to stop in each place
No.
if we give ourselves
If we go
72
to-
hours to get to Miami?
No, we-
It's a
we generally
26-hour drive. I'm giving times 2, bro.
We're gonna go past times past
3, sorry.
Georgia. We're gonna go to on Outer Banks in South Carolina, like all these nice places. We're just gonna look.
Is that where
to
Outer
see it.
Banks is filmed?
Yeah,
South Carolina?
Is Sydney
It's
Sweeney
the
in that show?
Carolinas. No,
No, Madeline
Uh,
Klein.
Oh my goodness.
I saw a post. Would you rather have a night with Sydney Sweeney or a night of Spider-Man's powers?
Spider-Man's powers.
Wasn't it you get Spider-Man's powers
Forever,
but
yeah.
it's a night?
Oh,
with
that's
her?
a no-brainer.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
Was it forever?
I
There was-
thought it was like
That
a
doesn't make-
longer
'cause that's a
period
no-brainer
of
though, right
time.
there.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I mean, that night would be crazy.
I could use my powers to court Sydney Sweeney. That clip of us bleeping the names of, I think, Alicia. You gotta bleep that now.
No,
got like,
that stays. That's a name that's not specific to anybody. That's fine.
oh yeah, okay. Got like, I think 3,000 views on Instagram.
Great.
What was that clip about?
It was just Malcolm saying he drew a picture of this girl
Oh, the
dying.
principal's office. Yeah.
Going-
Yeah, popping her for some reason
Mm.
because he liked her.
Well, she asked him to.
She
She
asked
asked
me
him,
to, and
yeah,
I
that's
was like,
true.
"I'm your man."
There you
I'm
go.
him.
I'm him.
But yeah,
Can we
don't.
get started now? Welcome back to episode
I don't even know where to look.
52
Oh wait.
of Wildly Adequate.
Hey.
Hey.
The show about anything, everything, and usually nothing. You may have noticed that we've changed our setup a bit here. We're experimenting. We want to try a new setup, and we're sort of doing a demo run here. I forgot my mic arm, thus my mic sits in front of me on a pillow. It looks stupid, I'm sure.
You look
I
dumber
don't-
than us now.
I don't like it. It's how it has to be. I, as always, am one quarter of your hosting crew, Mr. Matthew Urso, and I am joined by...
Patrick Fahim.
Mark.
Malcolm.
You know what I was thinking, by the way?
Mm.
Why don't we just cut the whole intro out, bro? Like, why don't we just do like the show starts and then we're just like talking, you know?
I guess, but that's what the cold open is.
I guess so, but I feel like what if we just did cold open, the intro music or whatever, and then it's like
To be honest,
all right,
I want to
who's-
stop saying my name.
Yeah, I want to stop.
That's what I want to
I
stop
feel like
doing.
the
I mean, I could just do it real quick and be like, "Hey, I'm Matt, Patrick, Mark, and Malcolm." You know,
But I feel like if I think about other, I mean, we can cut all this out. This is kind of like inside baseball, but I feel like when I'm watching any podcast, like no one's ever like, "Welcome to this show." Like, I'm whatever and he's whatever. Like, though sometimes they'll put the names on the bottom,
Yeah.
but the conversation will have started. I feel like it's more natural.
Yeah,
that
make
way.
me not say my name, please.
I guess it depends because, like, if it's like a Rogan or a comedy
They're known,
podcast,
sure.
they're known and they don't do it. Whereas I'm more used to like a lot of the gaming podcasts I listen to, where it's like, welcome to the show. This is fucking
I just don't
episode
wanna say my-
Like
that's
a
what I'm saying. I
sitcom
just don't
intro.
want
I just
of,
feel-
like,
I
each of
feel
us
we-
laughing separately, and then you have our name up here. At the
Yeah,
bottom.
I think the name.
Wait,
of the-
what did you say?
Do like a sitcom intro where like each of us are laughing separately, and our names at the bottom.
I like that actually. That'd be kind of funny.
It's like fucking Cheers or some shit, and then it's just the cast one at a time.
Or is like someone like
That's funny.
Some 80s show.
Yeah,
Everybody
it's
likes the
like-
thing.
yeah, right. But anyway, I feel like either something like weird and funny like that, or we just like because people don't know us, we just put names on the bottom. You know, I don't know. It's up to you. Like we can keep
the podcast. Like they just start talking, and the names just appear. At the
yeah,
bottom
we
for
can
a
keep
little
the
bit,
we
and
can
then
keep the formal intro. I just feel like it's not completely necessary. I
The
feel
set has changed. Maybe the show will change a little too. Only time will tell. Also, if things look like shit or don't work quite well tonight, like me not having a mic arm, we're experimenting with it. So fucking
and let us know.
deal with it. Bear with us as I look to my new camera here. Well, I believe I'm starting, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd like to take it away. For the audience out there and for the three of you sitting here, many moons ago, we did my Star Wars Episode 7 rewrite topic, which was one of my favorite topics we've ever done. And in case you missed that topic, the idea was just I had each of us rewrite Episode 7 of Star Wars how we think it should have gone, because even though 7 was really good, 8 and 9 turned out like shit. So I figured we'll do it from scratch and start over.
Patrick had a problem. With
7 was
what's
really good.
7 was really good.
7 was really good.
7 was really good. So tonight we're going to do a topic similar in that vein,
Simular.
where we are each, the four of us, going to pitch a sequel or prequel or spin-off, whatever, to some pre-existing thing. It can be a game, book, movie, whatever, and it could be a video game sequel to a movie, it could be a movie sequel to a show, a book sequel to a game, whatever the fuck. I don't care. But I just wanted each of us to do something a little creative here and pitch something to a pre-existing thing. I have a long and in-depth slideshow that I spent much more time on than I needed to.
How long
And I
is
also
it?
think I cooked. So I would like to go last. I believe for the Star Wars thing I started first, but I'd like to go last.
Can I go first?
So would anybody like to start? Yes.
I'd like to start. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. Here.
Sure.
All right.
Alright.
Let me. Oh wait, I forgot I have my.
When I did mine, I was
keyboard
almost
clips
scared that yours was gonna be the same as mine, Mark. I don't know why.
Really?
I was just thinking that.
Interesting.
But I
on.
was
So you
like,
said
there's
you
no way.
shared it, Mark?
Yeah.
If it is, I'm gonna lose
As
my
I
mind.
pull up my.
There's
Gmail.
literally no way. There's no way.
Wait, I also shared it. Didn't it not pop up?
I don't know. Interesting.
What's going on
Not
here?
where I thought Mark would
Okay.
have gone. You let me know, and I'll just click along
Yeah.
as we go.
I'm just trying to figure this out here to do on my phone. Okay. So I basically decided to do a sequel to Ex Machina because I feel like I love that movie, but I've always wanted to see what would happen with the main character.
Do you mind if I just pause you right there?
Sure.
So I just thought that came into my mind.
Yeah.
How's the audience going to see the TV? Are you screen recording?
Well, technically, Mark and Malcolm's camera
it sees the
captures it
TV?
pretty well, but you know what? You raise a good point. So for safety's sake, we will get a little screen recording going. Patrick,
Yes.
excellent catch.
Okay.
Thank you, my boy.
You're welcome.
Incredible.
Okay.
Stupendous.
So I don't know. I guess I'll talk spoilers. I have to
Please.
for the first movie.
Remind me how Ex Machina ends, because
Sure.
doesn't
You know what?
what's his face get like trapped there or something, and
Yeah.
the lady robot escapes?
Can you actually go to the next slide? It'll actually explain some of that. Okay. So after Ava kills her creator, Nathan, and leaving her first victim, Caleb, trapped and fated to die, Ava starts her new life as a free being. So basically we pick up right where we left off at the end of Ex Machina, where she's walking around a very busy city, kind of like crosswalk area. And she's like kind of observing people in the wild and trying to figure out how to mimic them and live like a normal human being. So that's kind of where the movie ends. She's walking around and she has like her wig and stuff like that. And she looks like really normal. And that's where the movie ends. And you kind of like, you see that she manipulated Caleb and she tricked him into like kind of falling for her and using that as a way to escape. So you can go to the next slide, please. So we spent some time at the beginning of the movie watching her stumble through human interactions kind of awkwardly and not being sure how to like be a normal human being. Like she's incredibly smart and she's been designed to understand a lot of things, but it doesn't feel natural for her to communicate like a human being. So she goes through some awkward social situations, and at some point she meets a guy named Sam. I figured he might be played by Jacob Elordi.
This
Think of-
guy.
It's a handsome man.
Yeah, he finds her awkward behavior kind of charming and unique, and they kind of over time they go out a couple times and they end up dating actually. So that was the first piece of information. Throughout the story, we see her make friends. The best of which is Ellie, and I like Ayo from The Bear.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I figured she'd be like her kind of best friend that she makes, and she kind of introduces her to the city and like how it is, and shows her some restaurants, and just kind of like takes her under her wing and is like, hey, like don't worry, I got you. So Ellie, I figured would work for this like huge corporation that like spearheads AI stuff, and she like lands. She kind of is working. Ellie's working on all these like AI projects, and one time like Ava's sitting with her, and she like gets everything that she's doing, and like even like suggests some like really cool new shit to her that Ellie never thought of. So Ellie kind of gets her an interview at this like huge corporation, and the boss of the corporation is played by Mark Ruffalo. I put his name as Donovan. So she goes to an interview and she really impresses him, and so she lands a job through Ellie. Go to the next slide. So basically, my general vision for the movie is to see Ava continue to fool people like she did with Caleb, into thinking that she's actually human, therefore continuing to demonstrate how scary AI could be, because that's what the first movie does. I envision her being a complicated character, though, like with two sort of conflicting natures. So on one hand, she's manipulative, like I said. She uses people to level up in the human world, and we see this manipulation in the first movie with Caleb. Next slide, please. And then on the other hand, she's like actually genuine in a way, because I want to see her develop relationships. And for example, at first she sees Sam, her eventual boyfriend, as a tool to gain social status and experiment with human behaviors. But eventually she actually finds herself like caring about him and wanting him to be safe and happy and stuff. So it's this weird like she's trying to use people, but she actually like develops care for them. Same goes for Ellie. At first she just uses Ellie to land a job and at the tech company and kind of like establish herself. But then eventually, as they spend time together, she begins to truly care about her. Next slide. So in general, I haven't really decided how the film will end yet, but I picture a sort of falling out between Ava and Ellie and Ava and Sam. I see both of them kind of like being shocked, like eventually finding out that she's AI and being shocked, and kind of like their whole world is like crumbled because like they trusted this person and let them get really close to them, and they found out that she wasn't even really human. I thought of two different endings. Either A, she runs away and tries to start a new life in a different city, or the second one, which I like more, her friends find out and her boyfriend or whatever, but her boss doesn't, and she eventually like works her way up in the company and like becomes a CEO of the AI company. So it's like this AI bot who's now the CEO of this AI company type thing. And that was it. And also the last slide. So I picked the name of the movie being Verbum Dei, which is like Latin for Word of God, because the first movie is called Ex Machina, which is Latin for can you search? I'm gonna search it up real quick. It's Latin for God from the machine. That's what it means. So basically, like it's called that because in the first movie, like this guy makes like this. I don't know. It's basically a plot device. Ex Machina, Deus Ex Machina is a plot device where like something's introduced that kind of like fixes any problem in the plot. So in the movie, like in the first movie, she kind of represents that like that thing that comes in and like is revolutionary type thing. And then for this one, I like the idea of Word of God because she's like using her words to manipulate people and like become human type thing. So that's why the movie is called that. And the underscore is like a nod to the first movie because they have like Ex _ Machina. But yeah, so that's the general idea of the movie.
Yay! Very cool. Thank you. Very good. I have to say two quick things. One, is there any part of you in your head that thinks about connecting the first movie in a little more of like finding the guy she left trapped in the complex or whatever, or like somebody finding that, or like hunting her, or like any sort of element like that?
Honestly, that's a good idea. Maybe that could be, because I kind of talked about how she has a falling out with everybody. I think that would be a brilliant way to have that falling out come about. It could be like he somehow escapes, like someone, like people come to like search the compound because like the guy Nathan, who's the CEO of his own company, he like dies. She kills him inside the house at the end. So maybe they kind of come to search like what's going on, like why is he like off, like disappeared? Like
everybody's dead. What the fuck happened?
And then they find him. And they like bring him back, and then he kind of like goes on a mission to find her and kind of like make sure she doesn't hurt people and do what she did to him. So that would be a really good way for him. Like eventually he finds her and exposes her, and like Sam, her boyfriend, and Ellie, her best friend, are like, what the fuck's going on? This guy's telling us this guy's telling us that she's like not real. So yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
That was just a thought. And I also have to say kudos to you because I was pleasantly surprised by this. I thought for sure, because I know when I had talked about this topic
Uncharted.
before, you had said something similar about when we did the Star Wars pitch one of like, I don't know if I really like have anything. And I remember like saying to you, like we always talk about like what they could do with Uncharted, so it's
Yeah.
like just pitch another Uncharted. So I thought for sure that's what you were coming in with.
Yeah.
So Ex Machina sequel, pleasant surprise.
Just as a
Cool.
as a quick thank you. As a quick like what's it called? Second option I had that I was thinking of. I don't know. Maybe this is the one that you have. I don't know. I was thinking of doing like a spin-off of Beef. I was thinking of doing a spin-off of Beef. Did you finish watching Beef?
No, not yet.
Okay. So I was gonna do a spin-off of Beef, and then another one I was gonna do was Uncharted, of course, because I was like, I was thinking about doing like Uncharted 5, and then having like Sam and Sully or whatever. But yeah, that's
I thought you were gonna say like a twist was gonna be Sam because you said he was like quirky and weird,
yeah.
just like Ava. I thought you were gonna be like he ends up being an AI robot too, and they
Oh,
found
I
each
see.
other in this crazy.
No, I imagine him as being like the super suave. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
I'm saying like I was thinking like he would be like interested in like she's so interesting and weird and different, and he thinks that she's quirky and awkward, and he likes that about her because like all the girls that go after him are like these kind of like party girls.
Patrick, I'm not seeing your thing anywhere, so I don't know where you think you shared it, but it's not in my email or my shared with me thing. Oh, you shared it with that?
Yeah.
That's why. Malcolm, Patrick, who would like to go next?
Dude, I want to look at the screen, but like, would it be weird if I was like
Yeah, sure.
back the whole time?
Malcolm's gonna go next.
Can I just do that? I'm just gonna see.
Where's yours, Malcolm?
It's just in wildly adequate slides.
You gotta go slides.
Slide.
You're on drive right now, right? So you gotta go
Oh,
slides.
Malcolm proposal.
There you go.
Oh
No
fuck.
way,
Let's go.
bro. No way.
Damn,
I thought about
boy.
it. That's sick.
Are we still
Malcolm's
screen?
getting
Are we still
wild.
screen recording?
Yes.
Cliff Booth.
Yeah, it's still going.
Cool.
Malcolm, take us
Alright,
away,
so-
baby.
What I was thinking, it was really tough for me to think of something. I was thinking of stuff I love and like characters I love. And when I thought about characters I love, I thought I love Brad Pitt. I love Cliff Booth, and I always thought he was a really interesting character that we just didn't know enough about. And so I just went with him.
Cool.
Go next one, Matty. Yeah, Brad plays Cliff Booth.
Did you edit? Did you edit that?
So yeah, his life history was very briefly discussed in the movie. Two things that we know is that he allegedly murdered his wife.
Oh yeah, this is with the gun, the spear gun thing.
Spear gun?
Yeah.
You can go again, Matty. And you can go again.
Oh my
and
god.
He also served in World War II. He's a sexy vet.
vet.
Oh my god.
And so the movie's going to take watchers through his adolescent years. So in his 20s, he enlists in the military to get away from his shitty home life. His family's lived throughout many different trailer parks in the country, and both his parents have abuse problems with both heroin and physically. They shoot heroin in the trailer while Cliff is around, and they physically abuse him when they're upset. When the opportunity comes to enlist in the military, he instantly takes it to get away from his family situation. In the military...
Look at that fucking stud.
In the military, he has extreme hate towards Nazi scum, similar to Inglourious Bastards, but not that extreme. As a result, he was ruthless when it came to murdering those bastards.
Jesus.
He had a very high kill count, and there's a reason Rick Dalton says he's one of the deadliest guys alive. Overseas, he was also a player with the ladies, like in Fury. In his free time, he often found himself going on dates with some cute little French ladies and waking up in their beds.
That's why that picture.
Just to interject, Malcolm, in my head, I love the idea of like having some like there's like Nazis fighting in some French town, and it's Brad Pitt as what's his face from Inglourious Bastards, and Brad Pitt as Cliff Booth meeting, and just being like, oh, we kind of look alike, and then just going on with the rest of the movie. Anyways.
After the war, Cliff learned that both his parents OD'd in their trailer on the west side of the states in Oregon. He held their funeral in Oregon and decided to move down to Cali, Hollywood, to look for some work and live in a thriving environment. In Cali, he landed himself a stunt double job because of his peaking athleticism and coolness. He stunt doubled for Rick Dalton, who he eventually became best friends with. And he bought a trailer behind a drive-in theater because it was cheap and easy for him to live out of. He didn't really care about where he lived, clearly, as you can see in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and he just goes with the flow. Cliff's deadbeat wife. When Cliff began living his life in Hollywood, he met a woman who he really connected with. They eventually got married and lived out their lives together in their trailer, but soon enough she began to turn sour. She started bitching about every little thing and getting a bit too demanding for Cliff. That, of course, did not sit well with the stud Cliff Booth. And he put his foot down to her and told her to quit bitching around. Ever since Cliff put his foot down to bitchy Miss Booth, she became even worse. She began to hit him with when she disagreed with anything, just little slaps, but it still counts. She became distant. She would trash talk Cliff to other people and even tell Cliff to his face how much she wished that he would just die so she could be with a better man. Why'd they stay together? Because Cliff is just far too understanding and granted the person he loved many second chances. She eventually revealed to Cliff that she's cheated on him with one of his coworkers. One day, him and his wife end up on a boat together, as featured in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And the question everyone is asking is, did Cliff murder his wife? The scene from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood shows Cliff thinking about to kill his wife and how it would feel so good. It didn't show anything else. But what happens was Cliff and his wife were physically fighting over the harpoon gun and who got to go in the water. And in the midst of the fight, she had the one end of it, the sharp one, and she pulled real hard, and it triggered his finger to pull it, and it went right through her torso. And it was very graceful and relieving to him. Although Cliff had a little bit, he was a little relieved, but he also felt bad, of course. Her body fell into the water and blood attracted the sharks. She got up and she got ate up, yeah. And there was nothing Cliff could do to stop it.
I just want to say again,
Yeah.
I appreciate your use of this still from Jaws 4, The Revenge.
The film follows up with Cliff's
Dude, look how
court
good
case.
looking that guy
He's
is.
so
Holy
good
shit.
looking.
Cliff has to argue for his case of manslaughter. The film follows a short sequence of visits to the court, and at the end, Cliff receives no jail time but is convicted of manslaughter without intent. The end of the movie starts to line up with the beginning of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And that's about it.
Yeah.
This is a question. Very good, Malcolm. Thank you. You also surprised me. You were also. I mean, Mark, I figured was just going to take sort of the easy out of Uncharted.
Damn, all right.
Patrick, I feel like there's maybe options in his wheelhouse, but you were also the wild card of like where I was thinking about it, where I'm like, what the fuck is Malcolm going to pick as like a thing? Because I'm like trying to think. Right. I feel like if we had never done the Star Wars rewrite, then I figured this topic. You would have for
Star
sure
Wars.
picked something Star Wars. But I was like, well, I don't know if Malcolm's going to do Star Wars again, so what's he going to pick? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Good thing. A question I have for both of you that I meant to ask Mark.
Yep.
In your head, is it what's-his-face directing yours?
Alex Garland, yeah.
And I'm assuming in your head canon, it's Tarantino doing this?
Still
Very
Tarantino.
good. Very good.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
It's kind of weird. I was thinking, like, is Verbum Day, like, the one I picked, like, a sequel, or is it more of a spin-off? I think it's like a sequel.
I think, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a...
And I'd
still
say this
kind
is, like, more of, like, a spin-off. of-
Yeah.
And like a
of-
prequel and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But I do like the idea of getting more of Rick and then like him and DiCaprio there getting together
Yeah.
and becoming fucking boys.
He's one of the best characters in the movie, so I definitely want to see
Yeah,
more
it's
of him.
I agree.
awesome. Very good, Malcolm. Thank you. Patrick.
All right, my turn.
I have literally no idea what Patrick's gonna say.
Oh no, we're back to my drive. Shit. You shared it with this drive, yes.
Avatar.
Oh, Patrick.
Oh, like The Last Airbender.
Interesting. Patrick, take us away.
All right, so I was struggling for a very long time trying to pick an IP to build on or do a spin-off thing. Eventually, I sat
This
down.
is ChatGPT, right?
Eventually, I sat down with ChatGPT and asked
are you
it,
serious?
how do I get ideas?
Mm.
And so it gave me a list of things like think about the IPs you like, ask what if questions, think about little known characters, like maybe you can make a spin-off of that. And so I was thinking, and I was like, you know what? I was gonna do Star Wars, but like there's so many stories in Star Wars, so many spin-offs
We already did
already.
that, though.
And we already did that. And I was trying to think of like video games like Skyrim, like Elder Scrolls.
Mm.
I was really having a hard time, so I finally landed on Avatar. Yeah.
Just to interject real quick,
Yeah.
if I may. I don't know if you guys saw, but they put out a full trailer today for the Amazon Prime Fallout show.
I saw. It looks
Shit
really
actually
cool.
looks like legit. As like a Fallout fan,
Mm.
a lot of the shit I see, and they use like I don't want to set the world on fire and shit in the trailer.
Oh, cool.
A lot of the shit in the thing, it's like this doesn't look like a fan film or whatever. Like some people thought it would. Like it looks
legit.
It looks the
I've
part.
seen. I like the actor a lot who they chose to play that captain with the hat.
Oh, the Walton Goggins.
Yeah, I
there
love
as the
that guy.
ghoul. Yeah, he's
It's
great.
great.
Cecil, shout out Invincible, comes back next week. Go,
Yup.
please take us away.
So this is gonna be a show that I'm pitching to you guys.
Okay, so
And
another cartoon.
It's gonna be another cartoon.
Okay,
Not
okay.
what Netflix did for some reason with
Okay.
the live action. It's called Age of the Avatar. And so we'll start with like a little background if Matt, you want to go to the next slide. So I'm not going to get too deep into the plots of the first two shows, but the first one follows Aang, who is an airbender, and it follows his journey of becoming an avatar in this world between the four nations, fire, water, earth, and air. They're at war with the Fire Nation, the other three. I mean, it's a little more complicated than that because the airbenders are wiped out. But anyways, the world is fighting against the Fire Nation, and so Aang is growing up in this world and trying to become the best avatar he can be. And in this universe, the avatar is the one who brings balance to the world, the one who brings balance to the world, and is sort of the bridge of the physical world to the spirit world. You can go to the next slide, Matty. And so after Avatar, we got another show called The Legend of Korra.
Is it good?
It's pretty good, yeah. And it had different antagonists, but it sort of followed a similar idea in that we followed the Avatar's journey in becoming the Avatar kind of thing.
Avatar's like 4 seasons, but it's very like the whole show is one kind of story arc.
Yeah.
Whereas Korra was like, or Avatar's maybe 3 seasons and Korra's 4, but like each season is a different bad guy
Antagonist, yeah.
and sort of like a different arc to
Can
it.
there only be one avatar at a time?
Yes. There can only be one Avatar.
So what happens to Aang?
So when one Avatar dies, they become reborn. Okay?
So Aang dies?
So Aang dies, but his spirit lives on in the spirit world, I guess.
But, like-
and that present day Avatar can tap into their past lives.
But it's like an
It's like-
off-screen thing. Like it's between shows. They basically say like, "Hey, Aang, after Avatar, like grew up as like an adult, you know, died at some point."
Oh, yeah. Like,
and then like Korra happened. So it wasn't like
But
it's
his
murdered or
spirit is still
something.
around or whatever?
yeah, his spirit is still around.
But were you saying tapping it? She can tap into Aang?
She can, because she is the Avatar. Like, the Avatar is like a being kind of thing.
Okay.
So they explain it like you can tap into your past selves.
So it's Aang's...
Aang was her at one. So she was Aang because she's the Avatar.
So it's the same brain?
It's the same essence, I guess.
It's
It's
like
hard
the
to
same
explain.
spirit, but not the same
Yeah.
person. Basically, I mean, the way to kind of explain it, even on Patrick's first slide here, all these people in this shot are
Yes.
all previous avatars.
Yes.
So the idea is that like Aang in the show and then Korra in her show, you can basically like communicate with these sort of past lives
But
and
they
these
have-
past avatars.
But they have different personalities and
They have
minds?
different-
Yeah,
They
they're
have
like
different
different
personalities,
people. It's
yeah.
like different people all sort of sharing the same, like, I don't know, superpower, I guess.
Yeah.
But Patrick
yeah.
made it sound like they were more like the same consciousness.
I'm sorry if I made it sound like
No,
that.
So
No,
they're just their own people.
they're their own people.
It's almost
yeah.
like in My Hero, where it's like All Might passes on the One for All to Deku, but he can sort of like still talk to some of the like previous owners of it, I guess. So
okay.
it's like a
Yeah.
passed on thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways,
Yes, so we can move on. So that brings us to Age of the Avatar. I don't have any like character models to show you guys or anything, so we're just going to be reusing stuff here. So in this universe, the Avatar is someone who's good, and we've already talked about how they are the one to bring balance to the world. So, and I'm sure this is a very unoriginal idea, but I put forth, or I submit the idea that this next Avatar after Korra will be an evil Avatar. So we can move on, Matthew. So the basic premise is that this Avatar is going to grow up. They're going to build an army of sorts and just take over the entire world. All right. And so just a little bit of world building. I imagine. So in the first two, there's like the four nations, right? And in Legend of Korra, there's a city that's like super multicultural. I imagine that throughout the world now there's going to be more of these cities that are multicultural in the four nations. And so we're going to start in one of these cities, and you're going to see there's going to be like an ire of darkness, an ire of gloom, but things are going to seem normal. They're still bending. There's still talks of the Avatar. People are living their lives. Matthew, next slide, please. However, you're going to quickly realize in the show that this Avatar, again, is this tyrannical figure who has conquered the world and has put limits on bending. Like, you need to have a license to use firebending and for this specific task, right? He's limited people's freedoms, and there's going to be some hints of corruption within his own regime as well, even though he's trying to keep the order. Next slide, please, Matthew. And so there's going to be the
Rebellion?
main group that we're going to follow. Sorry?
Sorry, no, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. The main group we're going to follow is going to be a group of revolutionaries. Obviously, wherever people's wills are being limited, there are going to be people who stand up and want to fight, right? So we're going to follow a group of revolutionaries who want to try and spread their message throughout the 4 kingdoms. So they're going to start small in the beginning of the show and get bigger as the show goes on. Next slide, please, Matthew. And so there's going to be 2 opposing factions in this revolution. One faction, there's 2 factions because they have 2 solutions to this avatar problem who's evil. One faction wants to kill him so that...
That one?
Yeah, the left faction wants to kill him so that he reincarnates and they get a better, what's the expression I want to use?
Avatar.
A better avatar. I was going to use an expression. But yeah, so that, they can mold the avatar to, not become evil.
A better heir.
A better heir. The one on the right describes the faction who want to provoke the avatar, get him into the avatar state. Now, something you guys might not know is if the avatar dies in the avatar state, the avatar ceases to exist.
Oh, you're the spirit even.
The spirit, so they're not going to reincarnate. So their goal is like, okay, we're done. We like society's advanced. We don't need the avatar anymore. We just want to kill him, kind of thing. Okay, move on, Matthew. Before I wrap up my pitch here, I just want to give you guys the motivation as to why the avatar becomes evil. The avatar is this benevolent figure in this world, and in fact, they have the wisdom of their past lives. Why do they become evil? So in my mind, this avatar gets identified as the avatar late in their life. Usually, they get identified young and then taken young and trained and built into this person. In my mind, the avatar in this universe is identified in their late teens. They have a family, they have friends, they have a prospective future that they're looking forward to. And so they're snatched away from that reality and forced to live up to their responsibilities to the world to become the avatar. And so part of this training is learning about the history of all the past avatars. And this individual starts to realize that no matter what is being done, evil keeps coming up. Like, it doesn't matter how many avatar lives have happened, how much good the avatar has done, evil keeps coming up. So they're already pessimistic, and that combined with losing their family and friends, being torn away, is already not great. And so while they're being trained, the Earth and Water Kingdom go to war. Did I say while they are being trained? While he's being trained, the Earth and Water Kingdom go to war. All his family and friends are killed in this war. And so that's the catalyst. He decides, you know what? I have the power to keep true peace in this world, and so I'm going to take over. I'm going to be the final say. I'm going to be the arbiter of what's right and wrong and what's to happen. So he does that. So that's sort of why he does what he does. Next slide, please, Matthew. And that's the pitch. So that's sort of the arc of the show and what I envision it being. But yeah, thanks for listening.
Yay!
Like
Very
that.
good. Another pick I wouldn't have guessed from one of you guys. I will say this one's fun for me because, as you guys maybe remember, I feel like I have experience in the world of avatar pitches, I guess you could say, because for a while, I mean, like over a year, Varsh and I and 4 of our friends were working on making an Avatar fan comic that would have been a sequel to Korra, which unfortunately kind of fell apart and never turned out, which breaks my heart.
I have a side note as well. Just one
Please.
last thing. And this is kind of like a God of War-esque concept, but I had an idea of like another arc in the show could be the Avatar going to the spirit world and hunting and killing their past lives, like killing the spirits of their past lives, because they're like all trying to like veer him off this path of like domination, but like he doesn't want to hear it. Right. So he starts like killing them off.
Yeah, I like this sort of almost like injustice approach you've taken to Avatar. And yeah, the Avatar, the show, and Korra are both so great, and Avatar specifically is like just an excellent piece of animation. And even separate from the fan comic thing we were doing, what kind of jump started that was I had sort of gone to some of those friends, not like trying to do anything with my idea, but like, Eric and I specifically, like him and I would always just kind of like run ideas and shit by him. And I went to some of them with like an idea I had for an Avatar thing of like, I'd like to do a sequel to Avatar and Korra that's like dark as shit, where humanity just like turns on all benders and is just like genocide, trying to like wipe them out. Jesus. And then it's like this ragtag group of like a few benders. And in my head, it was like the Avatar who's like a baby, so they can't really use him yet,
Mhm.
and just like we got to keep this baby alive, and like basically
Like he's our hope.
like
kind of
he's
thing.
kind of our hope, and we're gonna sort of like lead this resistance against humanity. I wanted, of course, to give humanity guns, because guns make everything cooler and level the playing field. But anyways,
Yeah.
very good.
That's
I
my
like
pitch.
your pitch. Thank you.
Thank you,
I
guys.
need all of you to close your eyes because I don't want you to know what mine is yet when you see the slideshow, because I sort of build mine up a little bit. Although you might figure it out kind of
I'm just gonna look over there.
immediately.
I'm just gonna fall asleep.
I'm just gonna look, Mark says.
Give me.
No, I'm,
Oh,
saying,
I
I'm
thought
saying
you said-
I'm saying I'm not facing anything. Anymore.
Oh, okay.
Give me 2 seconds.
You don't have to. You can just look at me.
Nobody look yet. No, Patrick's gonna see my computer and shit.
I don't want to see his computer.
Okay, you may now look at whatever you need to look at. I will try and contain
Oh,
myself
what?
in this
Spider-Man,
as much as I can,
right?
but
Pitch.
we'll see what happens. My pitch. Now, with this topic, like I mentioned before with the Avatar stuff, there are a lot of different intellectual properties that exist that I feel like I have sequel ideas for. I think I mentioned on the show forever ago that in college, in my like sci-fi class or something, this was kind of like a project we did, this very thing of like pitch a thing.
Do you mind if I just stop you there right there for a second?
Please.
I fear that Malcolm's feet is getting caught in that camera, and so
in
I would.
our shot?
Yeah.
I don't know, Malcolm. Can you confirm or deny that?
They're not.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that low.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
so like I have an idea in my mind of like I would love to do a sequel to The Thing, but like set it in a city. Avatar. I've always loved the idea of doing like a lot of my ideas are just taking things and making them dark and twisted, but I've loved the idea of doing like an Incredibles 3, but like set it 20 years in the future. The kids are grown up and like the main heroes, Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl, are like retired, but like, you know, somebody gets murdered or something, and do like an Incredibles 3 that's dark as shit. So I have a lot of these different pitches in mind for different things, but I went to the well and I settled on one thing that I had a lot of fun doing and put too much time and effort into this. So let's get into my pitch here. At the beginning of the movie, we see a young red-headed woman, 20s, or like 20, standing in the middle of a cemetery, staring down at a grave. She looks upon the grave, and we only see the last name written on it. Parker. Maybe you know where I'm going with this. Maybe you don't. 6 months earlier, we then cut to a bank. A man in a trench coat enters, looking suspicious. A security guard notices and attempts to talk to the man. The stranger tries to shoo away the guard, and when this fails, the stranger attacks the guard and throws off the coat, revealing himself to be the Shocker. Shocker blasts open the bank vault and takes out a couple more guards, then begins attempting to steal the money. However, a voice from off-screen catches his attention with a line that is either this or equally as corny. Come on, man. It's the season of giving, not the season of taking. And in swings in none other than, and let me be very specific here, Tobey Maguire's motherfucking Spider-Man.
Let's go.
The two fight in the bank, a la Spider-Man 2. At one point, it seems like Shocker has Spider-Man down, and before he can finish the job, he is webbed. By who, you ask? Spider-Girl. They defeat Shocker and leave together, swinging through a snow-covered New York, and we cut to our title card. Spider-Man 4, motherfuckers. Directed by, of course, Sam Raimi, written by your boy. Let's fucking go. Yes, true believers, as Stanley would say, Spider-Man 4, the follow-up to Spider-Man 3, and one final film with Tobey Maguire and crew. The film is set after the events of Spider-Man 3, obviously, and No Way Home, which I only want to kind of loosely mention of like a throwaway line in the movie of like, hey, Dad, remember that fucking time you were with other Spider people? Just because that complicates continuity a lot. I would like to mention some things that happen off-screen, like how at the end of Spider-Man 3, Sandman just sort of leaves. So I'd like to mention that, like, you know, oh, maybe there's like a newspaper thing of like Sandman still missing kind of thing. I would also like to explain that between 3 and 4, at some point, Dr. Connors in this universe became the Lizard, and this was Spider-Girl's first kind of adventure with her dad, was defeating the Lizard. Also, of course, Peter's kid, Mayday Parker. Because we have Dr. Connors in the Raimi trilogy. They just never obviously made him the Lizard. And then, you know, you get to Amazing Spider-Man where they use the Lizard.
You had a kid with Mary Jane?
Yes. So I don't want to like really do that story. I just want to like say like, hey, between 3 and 4 at some point, like, you know, Mayday's first outing as Spider-Girl was with her dad. They fought the Lizard and whatever. Hooray. After the opening against Shocker, we are now a few days later. New York still needs Spider-Man, but Peter, now older, is slowing down a little these days. However, Tombstone, the crime boss, causes Pete some headaches here and there, most recently Shocker. And yes, just like in Spectacular Spider-Man, I would like Tombstone to be played by the one and only Mr. Keith David, because that guy fucking rocks. With Shocker having failed Spider-Man having failed and Spider-Man still being a pain in Tombstone's ass, he decides to hire another criminal, but we are unsure who it is. On New Year's Eve, everyone is gathered in Times Square for the ball drop. Peter, MJ, and Mayday are at home enjoying the night in, but then Spider-Man swings into the ball drop. Huh? How is this possible if Peter and Mayday are at home? Clearly something is up with this Spider-Man, as he uses a grapple hook to swing and suction cup-like things on his hands to climb. Right as it hits midnight and the ball drops, this Spider-Man sets off a bomb that kills multiple people, and he makes it very clear that he was the one that set the bomb off. So somebody is framing our boy. The imposter Spider-Man returns to Tombstone, having completed his objective of framing Spider-Man. You did a good job, kid. I can't do Keith David's voice at all. Nobody can. And you make a convincing Spider-Man. No wonder they call you the Chameleon, motherfuckers. Who's a Spider-Man bad guy who, impersonates people if nobody knows. At the same time, we also learn that J. Jonah Jameson was at the ball drop and his wife was killed in the explosion, who will, of course, be played by J.K. Simmons. This drives him insane and is the final straw for him. He has gone from hating Spider-Man, his entire existence, to now wanting revenge. Thus, he gets involved with a, shady company experimenting with new body-enhancing drugs and tech, and they find a willing subject, Mac Gargan. And if that name rings any bells for you comic people, then you're ahead of me already, but stick with me. This version of Mac, maybe in his 40s, is a veteran who feels like he messed up because he did something in the field that caused fellow soldiers of his to die. Because of this, Mac is a little shell-shocked, so he's basically not all there mentally already. And he feels like he needs to accomplish something good in his life to redeem himself. Killing Spider-Man, the guy who seemingly just bombed New York and, murdered innocent people, sounds like the redemption Mr. Mac Gargan needs. So he lets J. Jonah Jameson, who sort of bankrolls it, and Dr. Ned Leeds, who we'll get to at the end of the movie, to turn him into a living weapon. They turn Mr. Mac Gargan into the motherfucking Scorpion. Thus, we have the catalyst for our movie. The movie will explore Spider-Man dealing with a copycat tarnishing his legacy, Chameleon, and Scorpion hunting him. Additionally, the film will tackle Peter's legacy through Mayday, as he must wrestle with raising her to continue on his legacy. This is also setting up Mayday's struggle, as she tries to live up to Peter's example and find out what motivates her to be a hero. Of course, with Spider-Man, we have the infamous great power, great responsibility, and that gets proven when he fails to stop the man that will then go on to kill Uncle Ben. So that's obviously Peter's, moment of like, fuck, this is now why I'm Spider-Man. But Mayday doesn't have that. So she's looking for that kind of reason of why she does what she does. The idea behind this story and movie is to explore Spider-Man's legacy in universe, like Logan, and in a sort of meta way, exploring Tobey Maguire's legacy as Spider-Man and the impact that the original trilogy has sort of had on, cinema and culture and all that stuff. So in a lot of ways, what this Spider-Man 4 is it's basically the Logan of Spider-Man movies. I want to kind of do, it's like, he's older, we're doing one last thing with him, we're going to kind of like send Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man on his way, like Logan did, well, until Deadpool 3 now, for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Back to the plot. Eventually, Peter and Mayday find and beat the Chameleon, learn that Tombstone hired him, and expose him as a fake Spider-Man to the city, winning back the public. However, a too-far-gone Scorpion lures the spiders out by threatening people at Grand Central Station with bombs. This is also around when Peter learns that it was Jameson who turned Mac into the Scorpion, or helped this Ned Leeds doctor guy in the company turn Mac into the Scorpion. So Peter and Mayday decide they're going to go talk with JJ before confronting Scorpion. The two arrive at JJ's and confront him on the matter. Jonah is still angry at Spider-Man and, doesn't care that they've, exposed Chameleon now. He just won't believe it. And he's blaming Spider-Man for his wife's death and all this stuff and yells at Peter until Peter does something crazy. He takes off the mask. Now, this scene in my movie, I'm basically ripping right out of a comic called Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man, written by Mr. Chip Zdarsky. Hi, Chip. Big fan. I met you. And it's this really great scene in this Spider-Man book where Spider-Man and J. Jonah Jameson set up this like, we're going to just talk and hash out all the problems between us. And it's like pages and pages of them like hashing it out and J. Jonah like giving him shit and getting more and more mad until he finally snaps and is just like, I hate you. I hate everything you represent, blah, 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 blah. And Peter finally just takes off the mask to be like, it's me, Peter Parker, the like kid who's worked for you for decades that you know and like kind of thing. And it's this like clarity moment for Jonah of like, maybe I was wrong all this time about Spider-Man because I know Peter and know he's a good kid. And now that I know you're Spider-Man, it kind of like, it basically just changes his outlook on things. So that's what I want to emulate in this scene of like, with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and J.K. Simmons Jameson of like, takes off the mask and is like, listen, it's me, Peter, the kid you know and love. Like, you gotta kind of stop all this stuff. And it speaks to one of my favorite scenes in the Raimi trilogy. In the original Spider-Man, when Green Goblin goes and attacks the Daily Bugle, and he's looking for Peter, because he's the guy who takes pictures of Spider-Man, and nobody ever fucking connects those dots. But he's like looking for Peter, and he has Jameson, and there's like this really small but like great moment from J.K. Simmons, his J. Jonah, when Green Goblin's like, "Where's fucking Peter Parker?" And he's like, "The Spider-Man pictures guy," and he's like, I don't know, like he just drops the pictures off and we like send his mail on a check. Like he basically tries to protect Peter in that moment as Green Goblin's like, tell me what I want to know or I'm going to fuck you up kind of thing. So it's like an excellent little plot moment. Clearly J. Jonah Jameson cares, even though we also get the infamous meme of Peter being like, can I get a raise? And then J.K. Simmons just laughs in his face. So it's like, even though he's a hard ass and a like mean in quotes, you know that he cares deep down, not for Spider-Man, but for Peter. So this is sort of this come to Jesus, moment. It is also good for Mayday to see that you can change hearts and minds. Anyways, the climax of the movie sees Peter and Mayday at Grand Central trying to stop Scorpion and free his hostages. And because movies have to movie, somehow Mary Jane is in fucking Grand Central at the time. So she's like one of the people that's in danger here. And there's the fight between Scorpion, Mayday, and Peter. The heroes think they've beaten Scorpion, but he goes after MJ, and Peter jumps in front of her and gets stabbed by Scorpion's tail and injected with toxins. Scorpion then goes to make sure Peter is dead, but Scorpion is distracted when J. Jonah Jameson arrives and distracts Scorpion. He throws a fucking bottle at his head. I don't know, something. In this distraction, it is Spider-Girl who defeats Scorpion finally. We then see Mayday, MJ, and JJ stand around Peter as he starts to drift away. We now arrive back at the beginning of our movie. Mayday stands looking at a grave with Parker written on it. The camera pans out and we see that it is Aunt May's grave with Uncle Ben's beside it. And alive, Peter Parker and Mary Jane walk up behind Mayday and share a moment. Yes, I fooled you all.
Thank God.
We are not killing off Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but I want you to think that we are. In this moment, we learn that Peter is officially hanging up the tights and passing the mantle on to Spider-Woman. If I may go back to this for a second. The reason I have this J. Jonah distracts him highlighted thing. This, in my mind, is Mayday's great power, great responsibility moment of seeing somebody, J. Jonah Jameson, who has hated her dad, Spider-Man, her entire life. And just by a simple conversation and a human moment, that convinces JJ enough to put his life on the line to save or try and save Peter. And this to me is sort of what is her catalyst of this is what it means to be Spider-Man, or in her case, Spider-Woman. Changing hearts and minds, doing the right thing. A simple conversation can go a long way. So in my head, it's this big like cathartic moment. And anyways, she becomes Spider-Woman. We end the movie with 3 final scenes. Now, these are like, in a way, post-credits, but they'll be not actual post-credits. Do we ever get a, not Spider-Man 5, but like a Spider-Woman movie in my head canon? I don't know, but if we ever do, we've got some breadcrumbs to pull at. Spider-Woman is swinging through New York at the end of the movie. She swings by Tombstone's building. He is on the phone talking with someone. I'm tired of these amateurs. I need a real killer, and I think you're just the man for the job, Mr. Kravinoff. An illusion that maybe Tombstone's going to hire one Kraven the Hunter for some future business. Then Mayday swings past the building where Mac was turned into the Scorpion. Dr. Ned Leeds, who, by the way, in the MCU is Peter's best friend Ned. Comic fans will know Ned Leeds as a certain Spider-Man villain. The Scorpion was a good start, but maybe we need to go with something older. We found these old schematics from Oscorp, and projected on the screen, we see blueprints and things for a glider in a very familiar suit, but in a very specific color scheme, because Ned Leeds in the comics is the Hobgoblin. So I found this image where people have made art of like Willem Dafoe's, Green Goblin suit, but with like the Hobgoblin white face and orange and blue and all that shit. So a little hint that maybe there's going to be a Hobgoblin that Spider-Woman has to deal with. Lastly, Mayday swings past a coffee shop. Inside, Peter and J. Jonah sit. Jonah tells Peter he's retiring from the Bugle and slides over some paperwork to Peter. Peter, I'd like you to run the Daily Bugle from now on. Passing the torch. Finally, Spider-Woman swings towards the camera. The music swells, and we cut to black. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is your Spider-Man 4. And this is some Photoshop somebody made of Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst and like a female version, a Spider-Girl version of like the Raimi suit or whatever. It's a little bit odd, but what are you going to do? Anyways, Spider-Man 4, ladies and gentlemen. There's your movie.
There you go.
Yay! Why, thank you. Any thoughts? Any questions? Is there anything you want to say to me? Did you hate it?
God, I despise that.
I thought it was really good. I can see that as a movie.
I
Straight up.
would very much like Tobey Maguire to come back and make a Spider-Man 4. That's
I
what
think
want.
I think people crave that. To be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
I think after seeing him in No Way Home, people are like excited about him again.
Yeah, I like the idea of it being like his Logan movie. I do like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think there is a somewhat likely chance he's going to pop up in another MCU thing, specifically if we ever actually get to Secret Wars, because the entire premise of the Secret Wars comic is like, hey, it's this big like multiverse battle and you have like characters popping in from all these different universes. Assuming that's what Avengers Secret War turns into, I imagine you're going to get his Spider-Man in it, and you'll get like some Fox X-Men people like they're going to do with Deadpool 3. Like I imagine he's going to show up again in some MCU thing. What I would like though, straight up, is like what people talk of, like get Sam Raimi, get Tobey Maguire, do like one last fourth thing. And I think that's maybe less likely than him popping up in the MCU again. But I think there's a chance, because even that comicbook.com website, there's just some interview they did with Thomas Hayden Church there, Sandman, and like talking to him about it of like, yeah, like you were in Spider-Man 3 and like what was it like coming back for No Way Home and all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, it was great, blah, 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 blah. And then I think he was like basically asking him like, oh, would you do like another, like if Sam Raimi came to you and was like, we're going to do a Spider-Man 4 and like I want you in it and all that shit, like would you do it? And he's like, oh, fucking absolutely, like I'd do it tomorrow kind of thing. And then he basically like, whether or not he knows is a different story, but he tells the guy interviewing him, he's like, I think they're going to do like another one. He's like, I think Sam and Toby are going to like try and get together and maybe make that happen kind of thing. So where there's smoke, there's fire, we hope. But anyways, if that's all everybody has, we'll segue out of this. This was, I assume,
How long was
well, we're like an hour, and that's also including the cold open. That was a hefty topic like I assumed it would. But thank you, gentlemen. I, just like when we did the Star Wars rewrite, I can't say rewrite. I keep saying like rewrite. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. Like the Star Wars rewrite, this was a lot of fun for me, and I hope it was fun for you guys too. Maybe in a few months, we'll have some other creative topic.
Round of
like
applause
this
for
to do.
everybody.
Round of applause for everybody. Although this is also the kind of topic that we could just reuse someday of like just, hey, do a different
Do a different
pitch of
thing,
some
yeah.
kind. So maybe it doesn't need to be altered too much. Anyways,
Very
on
cool.
with the show.
So my topic today, I want to talk about love songs. I was listening to some music today at school, and sometimes like love songs come on. I usually skip them because I'm not in the mood. But today I was like, let's just let it roll.
Would you
And
call yourself a romantic?
I don't know why I reacted like that.
I guess so. Yeah.
You would call yourself a romantic? What makes you a romantic?
What
I
makes
don't
someone a
know.
romantic?
What makes him a romantic?
I'd like to talk about what makes anyone a romantic.
Sure.
I feel like
Wait, before you say that, can we
Yeah,
get
sure,
his
yeah.
answer? Yeah.
I don't have an answer.
Can you come up with one real quick? Like, what makes you romantic? What are things that you think
I enjoy.
characterize you that way?
To me, romance is like small little things.
Okay.
That like
Cringe. I'm just kidding.
small
things.
little things you just put together that are like not, I don't know, not very important and
Hmm.
significant, but just like when you try to do small little things to make a little love and difference.
Mm.
So what's an example of a small little thing? Also small little? Really?
small yeah
Small
little,
thing.
trying to think of something here.
Teeny weeny little.
Teeny weeny.
Like every now and then I'll just like pick up Isabel some small little bouquet of flowers or like
Okay.
a little plant or something.
Okay.
I don't know. It's always something small.
Just like a little surprise kind of
A
thing.
little surprise, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what makes someone romantic in general?
I mean, it's hard for me to say what makes anyone a romantic. I think it depends on the person. For me, I feel like I consider myself a romantic person because of my personality. I
Mhm.
feel like, I don't know, I feel like for me, and I was talking to Patrick and our friend Marina about this. Shout out Marina. I shouted someone out. But we were having a conversation about like, you know, I was talking about my past relationships and stuff and how both of my relationships were just under a year long. And yet like at the 8-9 month mark or whatever, I was still like as crazy about the person as I was on day one, if not more crazy about them. And like thinking about them all the time. And like, I don't know, like I just like, I feel like my personality is like, I'm very either super, super high or super down. Like I'm very like sensitive and volatile. I feel like I experience things very extremely. And I feel like when I'm like in love with somebody, I'm like I'll literally write poems about them. I'll like write notes about them every day to myself, being like, oh, I like this, I like that. Like she did this and it made me so happy. It's like every day, like thinking about it and talking to myself about it and writing about it and sending notes and that sort of stuff. Like when I'm into somebody, I'm just like fucking, I'm all in. And I feel like that's not something I think about doing consciously of like, oh, I'm going to like try to do something for this person. It's just like, I'm so invested in them and care about them so much that I feel that naturally just to do those sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I consider myself romantic because I do those things naturally without having to like force myself to like, oh, let me do something nice. Type thing.
You know, so you consider yourself romantic. You consider yourself romantic.
Definitely.
Matthew also considers himself a romantic. Why do you consider yourself a romantic, Matthew?
Why?
Yeah.
I think part of it is in how I act, I suppose, like within my relationship, kind of what Malcolm was saying about like gestures and things like that.
Being
and
thoughtful.
Stuff I think about and like, yeah, a certain amount of thoughtfulness. And then there's also part of it that's like, specifically, I would say it's the sort of hopeless romantic thing. Before Varsh for a while, that's what it was, where it's like, we mentioned this on the podcast forever ago, but like the idea that not that I was like felt incomplete or like upset or anything that like I wasn't in a relationship for a while, but there was this sort of like longing for Jesus. There was sort of a longing. You know, at work today I coughed.
You didn't sufficiently cover that cough, by the way.
I coughed at work today, and Pablo was like, "That sounded like a union cough." I was like, "What does that mean?" It's like the guy who I could see like running for like head of a union. He's like, "That's how that guy, like that's how that like middle-aged old guy would cough."
Great.
And I was like, "Thank you, Pablo. That works."
It's like a blue collar cough.
Yeah, it's like a blue collar. That's basically what he was saying. He's like, it's a blue collar cough. Anyways, so there was almost this like, what you were saying even the other week about this almost like kinship with like a Ted Mosby type.
I didn't say I felt kinship with him.
Whatever the
You
fuck
said
you were
told me-
yapping about.
When I was talking, we were talking yesterday with Marina, and you told me that I sound like Ted Mosby. You told me that.
I did say that
When I was in the
sounded
car.
like Ted Mosby the other day.
Yeah. Because I think I was talking about like the idea of hating the kind of beginning stages of trying to meet new people.
like you just want to be in
and I
want to
be like, I want to be in love with somebody again.
Yeah,
type
like
thing.
Ted Mosby argues that, you know, he doesn't like the chase, he doesn't like the
Yes,
games, like he'd be
yeah.
a great boyfriend, he'd be a great husband.
Yeah.
Sure, and that was definitely thoughts I had of
Yeah.
like,
Same.
if I could just
Get there.
if I could just, I always used to think about it, or I'd joke to you guys about like if I was on like a dating app or something, and I would always just say like, I hate the like texting and the initial startup. Like if I could just sit at dinner with some of these people, like I feel like that would be I'd have such a better time or like better luck, but when it's like behind a screen and just like you up kind of thing, it's like I'm not good at this at all.
Is that what you do?
I never.
Is that what you do?
I
Ryan?
never let the record state. I never sent a you up text.
Even if it's
You
2
up?
p.m., he says you up.
I just use that as like
Yeah,
as
yeah,
like
I'm
a
up. It's the
reference
afternoon.
point, you know.
Do you know why people say you up?
Because they're trying to fuck.
Oh, okay.
Am I wrong? That was
no, you're
my-
right. You're
Okay,
right.
that was my always assumption. What were you? Did you have anything else, or did you just want to ask why I think I'm a romantic?
Yeah, just was curious.
I don't-
I don't think
I don't
I'm
mean
a
to-
romantic, just for the record.
Okay, I don't mean to derail things, but
I was gonna say
We gotta
we
talk
haven't even talked about love songs once.
Yeah.
immediately derailed into this instead of the love song thing.
I can go.
You can go ahead.
To me, like, there's a particular band that I've been liking a lot recently, and I've told you guys about that does love songs almost exclusively, and that's like Cigarettes After Sex.
Oh, yeah.
Like all of their
yeah.
songs are very like romantic or like sexual or just about relationships or about dating and
Yeah.
that sort of stuff.
Any in
And
particular?
What?
Any in particular?
any song in particular? Not really. I really like a song called K, and I really like a song called Sunsets. And there's a song called Heavenly I like a lot too. But I mean they're all kind of, there's no particular one that's like way above everything else. I like their sound. Their noise is very like soothing and like romantic and like I don't know. There's something I like about it where I can listen to it. I feel like certain love songs I would only listen to like, you know, with my partner type thing. But then there are other songs I'm like, these are good standalone songs and good love songs.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what separates a great love song from just like a decent love song. It's like one is like applicable to every situation that you can just like listen to for fun type thing.
Yeah. Are we able to comment on, because we're talking about love songs, but are we
Yeah.
able
Sure.
to comment on like love songs?
What is
Like
that?
fucking music.
Come
Oh, boy.
on, bro. What does
I was
that mean?
actually-
Let's
I
be
was-
tasteful here.
I was gonna bring that up because there is a love song
Yeah.
that I really enjoy.
What
but
song?
It's not lovey.
It's by The Weeknd.
No,
Oh, wait.
it's not.
Oh, it's Joji.
No, it's by ASAP Ferg. It's called Dreams, Fairy
Oh,
Tales, and
yeah,
Fantasies.
dude.
And he's just talking. He's going off about fucking in the shower,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
on the counter.
Can you
Now
play
he
it?
loves her. He wants.
We'll cut it out, but just
For me, it's "Sexy Back."
Can
Like
That's-
that's a love song.
we?
True.
Okay, we'll just cut here. I want to
Yeah.
play 2 seconds of a song that I told Patrick was one of the grossest beats I've ever heard in my life.
Grossest.
And it's like gross, like in a good way. Like it's
Oh.
so it's so
Nasty.
dirty. Like it's a disgusting beat, and it's also
dirty.
Justin Timberlake actually.
It's the third Justin.
And then I want to play the song that Malcolm played just for a second. But there's this one.
Why don't you just put it on the laptop?
I guess we could.
Get typing.
We can call this out, I guess, right? Because you. I'm not gonna...
Until we play shit, we're fine.
Okay, Maddie, search up a song
Can we even
called.
play a second of music?
Maddie, search up.
We can, yeah.
We've got like a 5-second
Okay.
grace
Okay,
period. I would
search
say.
up 4 minutes. The number 4 and then minute. The word minutes.
4 minutes. The prequel to the video game 12 minutes. Ah. Here we go. Here we go.
Yep, that one. Yep, play it.
Madonna, Justin.
Oh, I know this song.
Dude, how gross is this shit? Wait.
Oh, I think I know this. If you're listening on Spotify, well, you're not seeing this, so I don't know why I'm looking at the camera. But if you're listening on Spotify, hey, you get to hear all the music unedited because
dude, and also-
Spotify doesn't care.
Matt, can you play the 5 seconds of the Dreams, Fairy Tales, and Fantasies?
Dreams, fairy tales, and fantasies. Here we go.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I don't have that song saved, but I have heard that. Brent Faze is on that?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's an R&B artist.
I mean,
isn't
if we're talking love songs
he? Yeah.
or like love making songs, we got to talk about
The
The
Weeknd, right? That's
We
what I
got to
was
we got to
wondering.
talk about Call Out My Name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to talk about
Not a big fan of
I Was
Take-
Never Really There.
What about Take My Breath? Is that a good one too?
No.
Take my breath away.
That's a pop song, bro. No, we're
Wait, why did I think that went differently? Which one am I thinking?
I'm thinking
You're thinking of dun 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 dun.
What's that one called?
what? Take My
Take
Breath
My
Away.
Breath.
Take My Breath
Is that
Away.
Take
Was
My
that
Breath?
Take My Breath?
That's
as
by
well?
Berlin though. That's not
Is
by
that-
Weekend.
No,
That's-
were you talking about the weekend?
Well, I'm trying to talk
Yeah.
about The Weeknd right now, bro.
Oh, I thought you were
You
talking
were
about
confusing me there for a second.
the one song that really got me into this topic today is called "Bed of Roses" by Bon Jovi. I don't know if
Okay.
anyone's heard it,
I
but
have not.
the whole song he's just going off about how like he loves this girl. He wakes up in the morning and he's so happy to be talking to her and even see her face, and how there's a marching band like keeping him in beat when he's talking to this girl, and he wants to lay her down in his bed of roses and just kind of go crazy, but in a beautiful,
my
but in a beautiful,
In
loving,
a wholesome way.
in a beautiful, loving Bon Jovi way.
You know what's kind of messed up? I don't know if we've talked about this before. I think I've talked about it with a few of you individually.
Okay.
But what's that song called? It's called Glimpse of Us.
Yeah.
And how it's like,
You thought that
Beautiful
with
song.
all of us.
I think I've had this
You've
conversation.
never
with,
told me about this.
Okay, Matty hasn't heard, but so it's this song
by
Just
Joji.
wasn't listening.
by Joji, right?
Beautiful song.
It's a beautiful song, and I was talking to a friend, and she was like, she was at a concert of his with a bunch of couples, and when that song came on, they were all singing it,
Mm.
and they were vibing together as couples singing that
Oh, yeah.
song. But that song is about a guy who's with a girl, but only sees
His ex.
like his ex. Yeah, he's trying to get a glimpse of his past relationship through this girl.
And he's like, no matter how perfect it feels, it's not the other
It's
person.
not good
type
enough.
thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so that's just like, it's a little messed up to think about like all these couples being. I know they're not thinking about
Yeah.
the literal message of the song, but
Sure.
like taking into account the literal message. It's messed up.
I think that goes to show how like love songs aren't really about the lyrics as much as they are about the vibe. Oftentimes for people, it's just like how it makes you feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there are a lot of Weekend songs that are like, the messaging is very like, oh, like someone's cheating or someone whatever. It's like kind of more. Sometimes it's more negative, but it just sounds like kind of like, oh, like sexy to people type.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
true as well. Yeah.
I feel like for me, one that I like, a couple that I like a lot, and they're like very popular probably on TikTok and stuff. My Love, Mine, All Mine. Have you heard that?
No.
It's like this one. I'll play it like really quick. Also like a song called Can I Call You Rose? You know that one. It's like, Can I Call You Rose? You never heard that before?
No.
Can you play that for a second? We'll cut this piece out.
Never heard that.
Can I? Yeah, the first one. Just play like the first 10 seconds of it.
No, you can't call me Rose.
Matty, what do you got?
This song just came out, by the these like it sounds like an old like
That
70s
that just
song.
came
No
out.
way that just
It
came
came
out.
out, like,
Maybe it's on
come-
TikTok. That's why. it
No,
sounds
I searched
familiar.
it up. It's
It's
by
not-
it's by these Sacred Souls, I think, and they're like a 2020 band or
Yeah.
like they're very.
You're
new
saying
also.
it didn't go viral on TikTok?
No, it did, but I'm saying
Oh, okay, okay.
the song came out it sounds like a 70s song
Yeah,
or
yeah,
80s song, but
yeah.
70s. But yeah. Anyway,
Sorry, just before we get to you, Matty.
That's okay.
There was a song that was released in like 2018 or something that I thought was like by a black soul singer who was like in a 70s band. And I look at the date and it's some fat white dude in
What's the song?
2017. And I can't tell you how shocked I was
What's
when
the
I was
song?
listening to his voice.
I just wanted to say that.
No,
I thought you had a song in mind.
It's
Can I just
forget
say,
what
as an
it's
artist, Bobby Vinton has some of the best love songs to me.
Oh,
Blue Velvet,
the Polish
Baby?
King.
The
Is he Polish?
King.
He's Polish.
I didn't know that. Yeah, Blue Velvet.
Sorry,
Yes,
Merrick,
yes.
you're not the Polish king. Bobby Vinton.
So like Blue Velvet, Over the Mountain, Sealed with a Kiss. Bangers.
Sealed with a
Over the
Kiss.
Kiss
Over the
is
Mountain
good, yeah.
makes me think of the Ozzy Osbourne song. I was gonna say, Malcolm, just to your thing real quick about like being shocked at discovering something about someone. It reminds me of when that most recent Lil Yachty album came out. And
Oh,
people were like, this album's like a 10 out of 10 and blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, it sounds like a Pink Floyd album. I'm like, what the fuck are people talking
yeah.
about? And that first song on there, The Black Seminole, I just listened to that for the first time. And I had to like keep checking the like Spotify thing as it was playing of like, am I sure it didn't switch over to my Pink Floyd playlist? Like, holy shit, this is him.
Yeah.
Love songs.
Love songs.
I don't really think of a lot of the music I listen to as love songs, so that's why I started scrolling through my Spotify here.
He's a romantic.
Layla is one that jumps to mind. I think that's
surely
just-
the slow
the-
version,
the
right?
acoustic version,
But the
right?
the feel of it
No.
does. But for me, both Derek and the Dominoes and the Eric Clapton version don't. I know the lyrics are about a girl, but like it doesn't feel like a love song.
Play the Eric Clapton
one
version.
does.
maybe, but it's also specific.
Play the
to
Eric Clapton
end of
version.
it
No, I've
for
heard
me.
it. I've heard it. It sounds
I-
a little bit more romantic, but it doesn't sound that
Let's refresh your
I
memory.
can't believe I
I've
haven't
heard it, bro.
mentioned
We're
this
gonna-
song
we're gonna
yet, but
refresh
one
that
of
memory.
my favorites of all time is Harvest Moon.
Harvest
Oh,
Moon is a
that's
big one
an
for me.
S tier
Banger.
one,
That
bro.
is S
I
tier.
actually, for Valentine's Day, because Varsh forever ago made me on my Spotify here somewhere like a playlist of songs for me, a mixtape, if you will.
Okay.
And I made one for her for this past Valentine's Day. And Harvest Moon was one of the songs
Yeah.
I threw on there.
So
Love Her
good.
Madly by The Doors is good. I think I Can't Tell You Why by the Eagles is fucking phenomenal.
Bro, there can't be a rock. Like I feel like it probably doesn't feel romantic for a rock
Play it.
band to.
We haven't mentioned any Bee Gees, huh?
Oh yeah, what do they have for love songs?
I really like How Deep Is Your Love.
Oh dude, you know what's a great?
That one, right?
You know what's a great one? Can you play like Do You Real? Can you search up Do You Realize?
Do you realize?
From Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Do you realize that you're a champion? Yes, I did. Do you realize? Yep, the second one. Just can you play like the first like 30 seconds? We can cut this out, but I just want you guys to hear this part.
I will say, I mean, Guardians
Love it.
3, the
brings a tear
soundtrack.
to my eye.
You know what I have on my phone
Mm.
that I still have? Malcolm was going to do a topic of
I
our
have it
favorite.
sitting in
I
my
still
dock.
have it, yeah,
It's-
in my
I
notes.
never got rid of it because I'm,
Favorite
like, I'm
what?
sure Malcolm's
I
going to do
forgot
this
about
someday.
that. I'm gonna do that next week.
He had a topic of your favorite Guardians of the Galaxy songs.
Oh, I see.
And
And
I'm-
I have it sitting in my Google
I
Doc.
still have my
just
top
like-
10 as well.
You want to do it
Yeah.
next week?
Well, yeah, we'll do it next week.
We want to
There
do
you
like
go.
top. Is it top?
We'll do top 5.
It's a
Top
is
five.
It, oh, I have a 10.
Ooh, I'm
Um,
gonna have to look
Matt,
at
do you
Tennis
think you could
together.
play a couple seconds of Bed of Roses?
Of what?
Bed of Roses by John Bonham.
Dude, some of my
It's the
eye, I can't
first
get
one.
it out.
Yeah. He
thought
he
you
got
said John
confused when you
Bonham. I
said
was like,
John
John Bon
Bon.
Jovi. You can skip forward a little bit.
Honestly, when I think of love songs, romantic songs, I can't help but think of the really old stuff like Bobby Darin.
Yes, this was
Bobby-
the other thing I was gonna mention. Is there's definitely
Yeah.
like some Sinatra and old shit like that
To
that
me-
like
Yeah,
comes to mind.
to me, Bobby Darin is just an extremely talented singer, and
He is.
a lot of his songs to me epitomize what it is to be like a romantic love song. But
What does he mean by love? His things are like, come sit, take a seat on this lap, on this knee, huh? You know what I'm talking about?
hello, Dolly.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Can
really
I-
consider that one. A
Can
love
we play
song.
one last song? I want you guys to listen to a piece of a song.
Sure.
Can you search up Apocalypse?
Ah, yes, I like this one.
But
That's
like this
the
is
only one I like. Well, not I haven't
That you
heard
know
a
and-
lot,
yeah.
but this
Maddie,
is
you
the one
should-
that I know.
Can you can you
Do you know
play?
what Cry is, Maddie? You should listen to Cry.
That's a good one too.
Cry?
Can you go to
That's
three?
so
Can you
good.
go to 3 minutes 50 seconds?
Wow, that's a specific
Bro got
timestamp.
I just like this
specific
song.
as
I just like
shit
this part
with
of
it.
the song. Yeah, there you go. That's good. No, I was just gonna say like this. I know like a bunch of this shit will have to be cut out, but at the same time, like I like the idea of, and I think I've said this the first time we did like a music topic. I like the idea of us doing this sort of shit like off camera, like not even podcast. Like
Yeah.
I think honestly, I like implore people to just like sit with your friends and like everybody like introduce each other to some songs because like I do it every once in a while when like I'm in the car with Malcolm. Oh, can I play something? Whatever. But I feel like all of us sitting and like the purpose of us being together for that moment is like, oh, let's just listen to some music together. Like I like that, you know.
No, I know. I love "Let's Stay Together" by Al Green. Great love
that's
song.
such a good
Great
and
song.
I don't know if anyone here knows "Me and Mrs. Jones"
I've heard of that. I
by
think.
Billy Paul. I don't know if you could play it for a couple seconds, Maddie, but it's basically about a guy, and he's talking about this lady he shouldn't be with. I'm pretty sure she's married, and they keep meeting at the same coffee shop every day, and nobody knows that they're gonna be there, but they meet at this like, same time every single day.
This kind of brings me to, because I have 3 things, love song wise, that I will end for myself personally. In terms of some more old stuff, there's a little man by the name of, where the fuck is it? There's a man named Barry White.
Oh,
And if anybody knew how to make sexy love song fucking music all wrapped up into one,
my God.
it was
Lord.
this man. Because I defy you to listen to some of Never Never Gonna Give You Up.
Never
Oh.
gonna give you up.
And it wasn't one of the final 3 I was thinking of shouting out here, but he also
That
has
moaning at the beginning is incredible.
I'm gonna love you just a little more, baby, which is like a similar like the beginning
Yep.
is just all him talking again.
Loves
like-
his small talk.
but anyway, so Barry White, shout out. From the world of Daft Punk,
Daft Punk, huh?
I have such. I mean, Instant Crush is really
Dude,
good.
Vertus Quo's
I
so
love
sick.
Instinct
I
Crush.
have such a soft spot for Something About Us. I also threw this in the playlist I made for. I don't know what it is. It's just the slow, because a lot of their music is very like club party. Like I fucking my
Techno,
favorite song of theirs is Still One More Time. Like I think that's just the ultimate. Like
The
I just think
7-minute
that's,
version?
Like, yeah, I just think that's like the ultimate like party EDM club whatever type thing. But there's Something About Us. Fucking love it. The last one I was gonna shout out, and I feel like I've mentioned this on the show, but I guess I've never really played it, and now we're here. Is the song Valentine by this Lauve. I always mess up her name. Who Varsh and I are going to see. I got tickets for our anniversary, so like May 1st we go. This is the live symphony version, but this is the lady I talked about before who like makes music now, obviously, but tries to make it sound like old jazzy stuff. And her doing Valentine on its own is fantastic, but this like live symphony thing is just like a fucking Disney princess come to life. It's just magic, magnificent, and obviously the song is Valentine's, so you know.
Also, how have we not
Romance.
mentioned Dino Martin? That
Mm.
man is the love man. Not that we have to listen to any
You know,
songs,
you know
but-
what one of my favorite rappers is Kendrick Lamar.
Mm.
Do you have the song? Do you know the song by him called Love? Can you just search up Love real quick? You guys, everyone knows it.
Yeah.
I really like See
Just
You
let
Again. I just as I scroll through my hippity hoppity playlist.
Bound 2.
Bound 2 is good, yeah. Have you guys heard The Spins
No.
by Mac Miller? This is also one that this is a recent one I like. Really random aside, this Mac Miller guy, I had never heard anything from him until I heard this song, and I was like, oh, I like the song. And it's like, oh, maybe I'll check out more of his stuff eventually.
Have you guys?
This song of his is from a 2010 album of his. He's passed away.
Yeah.
Like, he died when he was, I forget how old it was. I want to say 28 or something. And I don't know, because it mentions in his bio, like, oh, you know, he passed away, like, tragically and all this shit. And I don't know what happened, but I was thinking about it where it's like, even in the album art for this thing, there's no really way to punch it up, but like if you can kind of see in the top right here, he's like a fucking kid, and in this Spin song, in like, you know, when the kind of music's going, but it's him just sort of like shit talking in the background, he says at one point, he's like, oh yeah, I just graduated high school. And I'm like, this guy was making this shit like right out of high school, like Jesus Christ.
Can you play another song? Can you play a song called Telephones? Just one word. By Vacations. Yeah. I like it, just like the first 30 seconds of this. I actually saw an edit of Michael Scott and Holly with the
this?
song, yeah.
Just reminded me, and I was like, I guess I'll give a shout out to Mr. Mac DeMarco.
Oh,
Because a lot of his shit, like, yeah, because I'm just looking at my weird hipster shit thing here.
Isn't it still beating?
And like a bunch of these songs of his are all fucking
I like Heart to
kinda
Heart as well.
Heart
Heart
to
to
Heart's
Heart.
really good at, you know, on the level.
My Kinda
and
Woman.
First Time are really good. So thank you, Mr. Mac DeMarco. Well, that's all I got. I don't know if anybody else. Has
I mean, I'm cool to wrap it up. We got to get to
rattle
Patrick's
off.
game. So
Sure.
True. As he looks way nervous. Well, anyways, thank you, Malcolm.
Thanks,
Top
man.
music topics. Let's do it.
Oh Christ!
All right, so wait, are we just getting right into it? Like, is this gonna be included in the show now? Are we good?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
So I was scrolling on Instagram not a few days ago. I think maybe last week or the week before that, and there was
Lies.
a post from SixBuzz, I think, and it was
best
just
page
guess the city bird's eye view. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get
Oh,
some more
Christ.
cities in here, and we'll play it with the boys. Malcolm, look to your right. Look down now. Please pick up what you see to your right.
Oh, the boards?
Yeah.
Why don't we just say it out loud?
Wow.
I was thinking we could write it down, but if you guys just want to say it out loud,
I
that's
think
fine.
writing down is better.
Okay.
Sure.
Sauce it over.
Right, Patrick?
Nah, yeah, I don't.
Oh,
really
my
want
balls.
Oh, thank you.
Who gets the shitty one?
Hmm?
Oh, Patrick, you're not playing?
No,
Oh, okay.
I made this game.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Imagine if Patrick said that. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play too." I'd be like,
Yeah.
you asshole.
I think it's gonna be tough to do, Mike. And
Yeah. If you guys don't want to use the
I'm just
board,
gonna
it's
prop it
not a
up
big
like
deal.
On my knee.
God,
Okay.
When we get those arms.
Okay, so let's go round one, Matt. And you can go to the next picture here.
Oh,
Okay.
thank God!
Oh,
Based
yeah,
on your
baby.
slideshow, I thought it was gonna be like actual topographical
Yeah, I
maps,
did
and I was
too.
gonna be
Nah,
like,
nah, nah,
not
no,
a
no,
hope
no.
in hell.
No, no,
But
no.
at least images is
He
like.
puts fucking coordinates. Like longitude.
Launch and lad.
Guess the city. Okay.
Wait, what? This is the first one?
This is the first one.
I thought this was a joke. I thought this was a joke.
This is real.
I got it right off the bat.
This is real,
What do you mean
baby.
you got it off right? What do you mean you got it off right off the
Yeah, right
bat?
off the
There's
bat.
some landmarks in here that you might
That's what I'm looking for.
be able to see.
Okay.
The only thing that seems notable is the church-looking thing in the left.
Are you
side
sure?
There.
Okay.
I'm looking
It's
for
one
like.
of two, but I don't know. It could be a couple.
I'm looking
They all look
for
the same
like
around.
an Eiffel Tower, a Space Needle.
Eiffel Tower.
I'm looking for some. I'm looking for something that tells me.
We're gonna
where
go
I am.
5 seconds.
Let's do it.
4.
Oh fucking Christ!
3. Okay, and reveal.
The Vatican?
Oh shit!
Barcelona, Vatican City,
I said
Copenhagen.
Copenhagen.
The correct answer is So much hope in Mark's eyes, Barcelona.
Damn it.
So that's
How the
1
fuck
point.
did you know that?
1 point for
How did you know Barcelona?
Damn, I didn't
Malcolm?
even think
What Barca
Spain.
looks like.
What do you mean you know what Barca looks like?
Okay, who's ready for round 2?
Yeah, yeah.
We're good?
Yes.
Okay, let's
Pick,
do it.
pick other soccer cities that he knows.
Oh, fuck
All right, what the
off.
fuck?
It looks like a cartoon, bro.
This is Patrick. This is actually a cartoon.
This may
Look at the boats.
this may be more
Look at it.
cartoony, but it is an accurate representation of this.
Okay, I got it.
this area.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I literally do. I think I'm gonna look like an idiot when I don't get it, but
This is the only one that looks like this, by the way. They'll all be more better quality than that.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, are we all ready?
yeah.
Okay, Malcolm, are you done? Yeah. Okay, let's see it.
Isn't
Reveal.
Isn't it Venice?
Venice, What does that say,
Manhattan.
Malcolm? Manhattan. It's actually Chicago.
Damn.
What?
It's actually Chicago.
Like, I saw
never
the
seen
river
Chicago
running.
from a
I saw the
bridge
river
out
running through, and I was
Yeah.
like, doesn't Venice have that water?
Venice
boats.
also does have water running through.
New York.
Let's go round 3, Matt.
Chicago, the windy city, as they say.
Wait, are you screen recording this too or no?
No.
Oh,
I got it.
Oh, this one's pretty clear, I would say.
What do you mean
This
clear?
one's very clear.
This
I
is
would say.
obvious, dude.
Is it?
It is,
Yeah. Don't look at me.
Clearly Moscow.
I don't really know, like.
3, 2, 1.
Dubai.
Let's see it.
Oh, thank God.
It is
I
Dubai.
took a
It is
swing and a
Dubai.
miss.
All right.
Or
Everyone
swing
is
and a
now
miss.
on the board.
Let's go.
When you're ready, you can queue up the next round.
Is it
Matt.
2-1-1 for Malcolm?
It is 2-1-1 for Malcolm.
2-1-1-1. The 2-1-1.
Yeah, when you're ready.
Oh. This seems familiar to me.
Shit.
Now, don't be deceived. It looks familiar. Don't be deceived, though.
So what you're saying is don't put New York.
I might be saying that.
What is that?
This one's a tricky one.
Okay.
This one's very
Fuck.
tricky.
It looks like
Are they all-
Central Park.
These are international. These could be like anywhere in the world.
Could be anywhere in the world.
Cool.
It looks like Central Park.
5 seconds.
Hold on. I'm thinking. Trying to see. What's that right at the bottom there where the road.
Don't worry about it.
And it also has that little big gray
I really have
thing
no
in the
idea.
middle that doesn't look like Central Park.
Oh my God. Okay,
Oh,
I'm changing.
wow.
I'm gonna change my answer, and if I don't,
Time's up,
if
though.
my first answer was wrong, if my first answer was right, I'm gonna kill myself.
I'm just putting.
I know I'm gonna get it wrong, so.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 3.
Wait.
I guess it can't be based
2.
off what you said, but I'm putting it anyways.
Is it Houston, Texas?
Houston. What does that say?
San
San
Fran.
Francisco.
Can you write a bit bigger?
I'm going
Fran?
New York again.
New York.
Was
This
it wa-
ladies and gentlemen,
Don't tell me it's Washington.
is Seoul.
Seoul,
South
Korea?
Korea.
Ah,
Literally no
interesting.
chance in
Guess
hell.
that my entire
If I had a gun to my head and they said just
Yeah.
not name the city, name the country it's in. I
Oh
would've
my
been
God,
like,
I'm such an
take
idiot.
it to the Bank America.
You've been saying the wrong ones.
No, I wanted to give you guys an alternate option. If you don't know the city, half points for naming the country.
No
Still
one,
would've
bro.
guessed
No one
it.
would have gotten Korea.
Yeah,
bro.
but just for future rounds, okay?
Okay, sure.
So half point, but you can only choose one thing. You're gonna go for country or city. You can't go for both.
you get a
Sure.
half point.
You get a half point for country if you
But like
just
I was
can't
saying,
name the
gun
city.
to my head.
I hope-
would
I
have
hope
said
you-
that's an American city.
Yeah.
I hope future ones that he picked have any identifiable any building.
Come on,
that we-
Dubai was easy.
Yeah, but that one was like no one.
That one
would
was
have
hard.
known.
That one's level. That one's difficulty hard.
What is
Of-
that, bro?
It's the Pentagon.
I feel like kind of.
Some of them are easy. Some of them are harder.
You feel like you know. 'Cause you can't see anything.
You
from
could
here.
you can go for country if you don't know
I have to
city.
I have to go for country
Uh,
because I can't. If I get the country, then I know what city it is. But
Yeah.
I will also go for country.
come on, baby, come on.
what is that, bro? This is a Death Star.
It's power.
Maybe
enough.
some colors will give you a hint as to
Oh,
the
yeah.
rooftop colors will give you a hint as to what.
Okay, I'm doing. Okay, wait. Okay, wait.
Mhm.
Okay, wait. What if I say the city and the country,
No.
and if I get
No,
the
you
city
can't.
wrong, I get
You
the
can't,
half
you
point
can't.
for a country? No.
You have to pick one. Go for one.
Big one.
What? Why?
Yeah.
That's time.
That's the rules of the game. I'm
All
going.
tell
right.
me it's 12.
Okay.
Okay,
It
3,
is.
Oh my
2,
God.
1.
Is it Rio?
France.
Rio, France. I asked you to write a little bit bigger, didn't
Denmark.
I? Denmark. The answer, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Sao
I don't know
Paulo.
why I keep saying that. Mexico City, Mexico.
Dude, I was
Fuck.
close with the Latin. The Latin.
You were pretty close with the line.
God
Yes.
damn it.
Didn't look warm enough to me.
What?
All right, this will be for shame if Mark does not get this correct.
Okay, well, come on now.
You just want to skip it?
No, let's see. What do you guys?
Wait a minute,
You
wait a
guys
minute,
gonna
wait a
write?
minute,
The
wait a
city,
minute,
though.
wait a
It's
minute,
a
wait a minute,
city.
wait a minute, wait a minute. I know what I want to say,
You know the Mayan Aztec,
but these are called the pyramids of something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is what they're called of the city, or is the city like the capital that I'm thinking of?
You know the nature of your question. Why on earth would I give you the answer to that?
Because
but to
you
be honest,
know that
it's not
I know
Giza,
the
Matty.
answer.
Honestly,
Do I?
here's the
Yes.
thing. I don't actually remember if it's like technically in the city that's like.
you'll have to be fair here, I think.
What do you mean I have to be
What I'm
fair
basically
here?
saying is I know the capital of where this is.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is it the capital or is it the pyramids of
Why on
word?
It's up
earth
to you,
would I
Matty.
ever give
Matty,
you the answer, man?
You gotta guess.
You
gotta
have-
guess.
you
I don't,
have-
I'm actually not 100% sure, but I'm going for one of them.
You have to guess, bro. I'm not gonna give you the answer to that.
But then I feel like I just want to pick the country, so I'm guaranteed a half
you can
point.
do that if you'd like.
All
Yeah.
right, you got 3 seconds.
Oh, this is
100% do
fucking
that.
dumb. Fuck it. I'm going with my gut.
3 seconds here.
If I'm
Okay, ready and reveal.
Giza.
Cairo, Giza. We're all tied up, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew and Mark have got the point.
Hey,
The
I
city's
was
called
torn
Giza.
between
I know it's
Giza
called
and
Giza,
Cairo.
meaning-
I thought Giza was kind of like a part of Cairo. I
No,
wasn't
no,
sure if
it's a
like
separate
technically
city.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should get the point because
See,
I knew what it was, but I was thinking
This
again.
No.
is my point. I was like,
yeah.
I know it's Cairo or Giza, but I just don't know like what it.
What did you
fits
just call me?
Oh, but I don't know what it actually is.
No, it's I don't know how it gets delineated, but I'm
Oh.
saying it's either Giza or Cairo.
Yeah, those are the two options.
Kill yourself.
You got it right.
Oh.
What could this be? What on earth could this be?
See, the problem is there are a couple arches in a couple cities around the world. You know what I mean?
Is it the? Fuck.
There's a couple arches.
No, I don't know it. Be very careful not to get black on the couch.
Oh yeah. Oh, my mom was
Can we
like,
give me this?
"You better not ruin these
Can you
couches."
give me the starting letter?
No, I'm not gonna give you the starting letter.
All right.
What's wrong with you guys?
All right. Well, I can't guess the city, so I'm going country.
Wait.
I'm locked in.
Oh.
We're gonna go.
Locked in?
We're gonna go 5 seconds.
Don't let Mark's not locked in.
Okay, wait.
3, 2, 1.
One second.
Somebody start a countdown. Arthur, do one.
3.
Okay.
All right. Ready. Reveal. So we went France for the half point. Paris, you get the full points.
Woo!
You guys get half
Damn.
point.
That didn't look like Paris.
All right, we're gonna-
Because there's the Arc de Triomphe, and then New
Mhm.
York has an arch like that too. And I was like, "Fuck, is it New York?" But I was like, it doesn't
does
seem
not
very
look
New
New York.
Yorky.
All right, Matthew, you have a very
No, it wasn't there.
small lead,
Slim.
a half lead.
Oh God. damn.
All right.
Is it that easy?
It might be. I mean,
I'm locked
Seoul was a curveball.
Okay.
So, ready and
based on the ease. That
reveal.
Is it NYC, New York City,
Manhattan.
Manhattan?
Take it.
yeah,
fucking
you guys are all right.
Bank,
You guys are all right.
baby. That's
Oh,
Central
but Cairo
Park.
and-
If I've ever
I wouldn't have
seen
gotten
it.
that if you guys weren't like, oh.
Manhattan, New York, fine, but Cairo, Giza, no.
Bro, Giza is a different city.
It's the same thing though. It's right
No,
there.
it's not the same thing. It's literally a different city. What are you
Malcolm,
talking about?
educate Patrick on Egypt.
All right.
Interesting.
Patrick. It looks like Patrick.
What does that mean? It looks like
I've
Patrick.
seen memes of like this.
There's kind of a
like,
Pac-Man thing
Patrick.
going on.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Don't see it, but sure.
Yup. Yup.
You know what I
Give me
mean
the
with
points.
the Pac-Man thing?
Give me the freaking points.
All right, let's
Don't
lock
get
in
Mark
here,
in.
boys. All right.
Was it Venice?
Damn it.
All right. We're
Fuck.
all
Fuck
Fuck's
you.
sake,
we're all with the point.
I'm so scared I'm gonna hit one of these things. I saw the water running through and the boats everywhere.
Yeah. You guys are doing good.
How
Round
many
9.
rounds did you make?
20.
Wow. And
So-
so you had to make 2 slideshows for this week.
I made
Oh,
2 slideshows for this
wow.
one. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so
Oh,
coast.
I got it, baby.
I thought Malcolm would get this one.
A coast of some kind.
There's a little hint back there, huh?
Is there?
Is there?
Oh my goodness.
If you saw a hint, why would you say it?
They're not gonna get it.
You don't think so? Okay.
I think I got it, dude.
Oh wait, is it?
I think I got it, Malcolm.
Let's
Fuck.
let's lock in here, boys.
I'm locked.
3.
Sao
2
Paulo?
Oh, we're all. And like I thought, Malcolm got it. Cape Town,
Fuck.
The fuck is Cape Town, bro?
South Africa.
I was going to say South Africa as a country, but I
South
went with
Africa.
Greece. God damn it. I should have gone with my gut. Does that mean Malcolm's a half point ahead of me now?
That means Malcolm is indeed
Fuck.
ahead of you now.
Fuck, baby, fuck. I'm just gonna move on to the next one. All right, we're back to the fucking.
All right, so we're in East Europe.
We're back to the shapes.
Oh, Arkham Asylum.
We're back to the
Oh,
prison.
we're in Arkham, the
This
greatest looking.
It looks like a place where they crush recycle into to little
That's right.
squares and just stack it up.
Is that water or roads
That's water.
between
That's
each thing
definitely
of
water.
buildings? What
I-
other fucking
Dude, Patrick,
city
I'm
is
so
built like
on your
that?
shit, dude. You're not getting me on this one.
Wow.
I know
Okay.
how he's thinking, bro.
Really? Okay.
There's basic cities that he's gonna hit, and I think I've got it.
What?
I don't have a
fucking-
clue.
Now, get this pillow away from me before I stab it with the marker, bro. By accident.
I do not even have like a country.
All right, we're gonna want to lock in soon
All right, I'm
here,
taking a
boys.
guess.
Let's take a guess here.
Is my knee blocking potentially?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, ready?
You're good. Malcolm, do you have something written down?
Yeah, but it's
I'd like you to write something down, please.
Hint. The city's great
And
shit.
reveal.
London.
London.
USA.
He went for the half point for USA. Detroit, he went full points there. It is Amsterdam, Netherlands.
Damn.
That's Amsterdam. That's depressing.
Bro, how's anyone supposed to get that, bro?
Amsterdam.
No, my pants, dude.
Yo, are they stained? Or?
Yeah.
Mark
Oh,
cannot
damn.
keep control of his marker. All right, here we go.
All right.
Shit. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
Oh, Malcolm thinks he knows
I
it.
know this. I just don't know which one. Fuck.
Which one?
Taking a
one is
guess.
it,
Taking a guess. I just want you to know I could go for the half point and Money in the Bank nail it.
Yeah.
But I'm going
You're going
with
full
my gut
points.
here.
You're going full points.
I'm gonna
okay.
go-
I respect that. I respect
Okay.
the. I
Come
respect the attempt. At
Come
full
on,
points.
give it to me, please.
Okay,
Oh wait.
Oh,
One moment.
one moment. You'll
He's doing a
I'm
last
gonna go for the.
minute.
I'm gonna go for the-
Granted.
I'm gonna go for the gusto.
moment granted.
Oh wait, there's a third option. This could be. Fuck. Wait.
No.
Let's give him
Okay.
the leeway to switch.
Fuck, I'm
Matthew, do you
going.
want to switch?
Come on, please.
Fine. I'm sticking with my guns.
All
Is it
right.
Beijing?
Reveal.
Is it Beijing?
Shanghai.
Is it Beijing?
Is it fucking Hong Kong?
It's Shanghai.
Yeah. I was torn between Shanghai and Beijing, and then I panicked at the last second because I was like, "Wait, it could also be Hong Kong." I was literally about to change and just put China and just bag that.
I was gonna
half
do
point.
that, but I was like, I'm gonna go for the gusto here.
So I'm still a half point behind Malcolm.
Indeed, you are.
Geography isn't my strong suit.
I was impressed that you guys went with
Oh,
China,
baby,
though.
yeah.
That's good.
Oh, fuck off, Malcolm.
Money in the Bank. Patrick, I'm locked in.
If you guys are ready, let's reveal.
Rome.
Athens, baby.
It's Athens.
Fuck. Woo! Fuck Greece.
Damn, I'm such an idiot.
I thought it was a
So-
I thought it was a call scene in that bitch.
Thought that was wrong.
The points as it stands right now, Mark at 4.5.
Great.
Are you looking at my screen? Mark at 4.5. Matthew at 7.
Okay.
Malcolm 6.5.
Okay.
That's
I
where we're
like
at.
to see that.
That's where we're at right now.
How many left?
What round are we on, Matthew?
13.
Round 13.
Okay,
We got
I
7.
can catch up.
All right. All right. Don't have a clue. Not a
It's a
single clue.
toughie, huh?
We see some city. We see some mountains.
Some cities, some mountains. What place has
like-
city?
Are
and
those
mountains?
South American mountains
Patrick,
or
countdown,
Asian
countdown,
mountains?
please.
let me think. I need to
Countdown.
I gotta go.
I feel like Mark knows this. I feel like Mark had an educated guess here.
Please, Patrick, count down, bro.
Let's give it 5 more
Taking a
seconds.
Guess.
Great. No, everyone else is gonna get the fucking point. 'Cause you didn't
Let's
do
go
it
3 more
countdown.
seconds. You have something written down? All right. If
Uh-huh.
you guys are ready, reveal.
Rio?
Oh, wow.
I was torn between
So-
Rio and Tokyo.
So, just so you guys know, this was sort of not a test of like national
Here
pride,
we go, bro.
but
This is Canada?
This is Canada. yeah.
What?
We're in Vancouver here, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
fuck.
Yeah.
I don't
Wow.
live there, huh?
Wow.
Thank God you don't live there. Apparently, the quality of life there is way better than here. No, well, but it's more expensive.
Varsh talks about how she'd like to not like totally move to Vancouver, but she talks about like because they do a lot of filming out there too. The Flash was filmed a lot out there. She talks about like if she could get like let's say a year-long contract and just go live in Vancouver for
Yeah.
a year while doing like film stuff.
Yeah.
And I think about it where I'm like, I would like if I was doing like a remote job, let's say editing or something. It's like, yeah, I would like go
Live in
hang out in
Vancouver.
Vancouver for like a year.
Yeah.
and then
Do you,
come
do you have a
back home.
gajillion dollars?
I don't. That is the one drawback.
It's expensive,
The,
apparently.
the
yeah.
one thing in my way is that I'm not a gajillionaire. Other than that, it's a foolproof plan. All right,
okay,
well,
here
now
we
we're
go.
talking. Oh, wait a minute.
There's two, baby.
Wait a minute. Are
There's-
you trying to fool me with the one that's to my native land, or are you fucking...
Listen, boys.
What?
Listen, boys.
Because
You guys got to do what you got to
Portugal
do.
also has a Christ statue like this.
You guys got to do what you got to do. Am I right?
Which city, though, is... If it's not Portugal, which city is it in the other country? There's two. There's two.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm scared about losing my lead, so I'm going for safety here.
All
All
right, reveal.
It's Sao Paulo.
Brazil. Ooh, one of them's
Bro, it's
wrong.
gotta be Sao
One of
Paulo,
them's
bro.
wrong.
Is it
It's
Rio?
It's Rio.
Bro, there's no
Hey.
way.
The answer is Rio de
Give me my
Janeiro.
half
I thought
point.
Christ the Redeemer was at Sao Paulo.
It's Rio.
Can I have my half point for Brazil?
You can have your half point.
Can we
Yeah,
say, can we
now
can we can we verify that?
We can verify that if you
I was
like.
so torn between Rio and Sao Paulo that I was like, Brazil.
What should I search up? What?
Oh, where's Christ the Redeemer?
Where's Christ the Redeemer?
Damn, bro, I could have sworn people thought it was in Rio and then it was in Sao Paulo. Like I doubled back on.
Brazil.
If we're wrong, we keep the point though.
Rio de Janeiro.
Damn. Well,
Round 15, motherfuckers. Ayo. Now, this is another interesting one.
This one's interesting, and I really don't want to give a hint here, but
please
one
don't. Please
one
don't.
of
Please don't.
I'm just gonna say one of you guessed this.
Bro, why are you doing this?
One of you guessed this.
I'd like
Okay.
to let the record show that I had my answer written
One of
down
us?
before Patrick finished his
3. You did have your answer before. 3, 2, 1. Vatican City. Well,
Let's
this one's a country,
go.
but technically, but this is the only technicality in the.
thought. The Vatican,
No
baby
idea
girl.
what it's like. No idea. Is Matt's ahead of me by 1 point?
He is ahead of you by 1 point now. Yes. All right, we're coming to a close here.
Shit.
Remember, you guys can guess country if you are unsure. A lot of coastal ones.
All right, I'm gonna take a swing. I think I for sure know the country, but I'm gonna take a swing on the city.
I'm taking a swing.
Risking it. Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna.
I have no idea. Country or city.
Let's go 3 seconds. Let's lock in here, boys.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay. Okay.
And reveal.
Is it Greece?
Miami.
Miami?
Miami is
Miami.
correct.
Let's go.
Miami.
All right, 3 more rounds as we come to a close here.
Fucking Mustafar from Star Wars. I don't know.
I can't see anything.
Try to see.
It's very orange
Try
and
your
yellow.
best. I'm wondering if someone will, because there is a clue in here. I will say there is a clue in this
Trying
picture.
to find a clue.
There's actually a major clue in this picture.
Fuck. I feel like. Oh shit! I know this, but where is it? Fuck.
Oh!
I know this. Where is it though? What country is it in? You rat fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, Patrick. I just want to
Okay.
know. Will you at least give me a half point for what I'm about to write down? Unless it's the right answer, and then I'll take my full point. But
what the place is called.
Yeah,
that's why I have it written down, but I don't know if it's like the city name.
We'll go
Okay.
3 seconds. Oh, we're ready? Okay, reveal.
Is it Germany?
It is Mecca. It is
Let's
indeed
go.
It's a city?
Mecca, yeah. Mecca
Where-
in
didn't know
Saudi
if that was
Arabia.
the city, but I was looking for because you know what it was.
The black
I was
square
looking
thing?
at
Yeah.
I was looking at the big Colosseum looking thing, and I was like, that's got to be the clue. And then I finally realized, oh, the cube in the middle.
Yeah.
That's where all the big Muslim celebration thing happens, right?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something,
What, you guys
something
think I was
crazy out of pocket.
No, I was
Not
going
to-
anything out of
That's
pocket.
where all the
No, I was saying that's like where they do the big
The pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage, yeah. No, gee, guys, I can't believe you think so little of me. Nailed it. Take it to the bank.
Where could this be, guys?
Yeah.
I'm getting a little drawing with Matthew as well for some reason. All right. Well, it looks like we're all ready. Matthew, I'm just going to cut that drawing off and
I think I'm right.
reveal.
I think I'm right.
Oh, I think
I'm
it might
not
be
right.
Vegas.
So Malcolm
Tokyo,
says Las Vegas,
motherfuckers.
and we have two
It's Tokyo.
Tokyos. Why do you think it's Las Vegas?
Because Las Vegas also has one.
Oh,
If that's
it's Tokyo.
if that I was gonna say if that's Las Vegas's Eiffel Tower and not Tokyo Tower, I will shit a brick. I better know Tokyo. That's why I drew the little Godzilla. You know how many fucking times I've seen this city turn to shit by monsters and whatever. Better know this by now.
All right, second last round.
Chernobyl. What if Patrick picked
Chernobyl.
What if Patrick
Jesus.
picked like one just like bombed out or just like empty vacated city?
This is the Gaza Strip.
Oh my God.
Cut that out.
This is a tough one. The smokestacks everywhere. It's like very low buildings except for the center there. It looks like it might be snow covered in winter. Is that just a time of year or is that a hint to the location, you know? See, I don't want to say Moscow, for example, because I don't see those big, stupid Russian-shaped buildings, you know, where it's the ball with the pointy tip. So we're not going to say Moscow. Let's take a swing and a miss. I can't write, apparently. Locked in.
So we have Detroit, we have Moscow, and we have London.
Definitely
The-
not London.
The answer is, Mark, can you keep your board facing me? Sorry. Moscow.
God damn it. I didn't want to say
so-
Russia.
It's so gray and bleak.
Devoid of hope.
Devoid of hope.
So basically, our answers were all correct in that sense. Detroit, Moscow, and London.
All right, final round. This one gets 100 points.
Kill
No, I'm
yourself.
kidding.
Excuse me?
This one is difficulty hard.
Does this exist yet?
Does this exist?
This is plans.
Does this exist?
This exists.
Patrick, can I ask you one hint question?
New capital.
Can I ask
The
you-
new capital of
Can
Egypt.
I ask you one hint question?
Yeah.
Is this from a country that's already been featured?
No.
Okay. Huh. We've done some American things. We've done Canada, some European things. Asia, the Middle East.
The new capital.
Where the fuck?
Oh God. I think Mark has something.
I don't.
It looks like you got something.
I really don't.
Maybe guess the country if you don't know the city. Maybe throw a dart out to the country.
I don't know how to spell this at all. Here we go.
Okay, maybe you have it right then. You might. I don't know. Okay, Matt, we're gonna go 3 seconds, bud.
I don't even know if this is a city, to be honest.
And reveal.
Copenhagen.
Sydney, Australia,
Copenhagen.
Copenhagen, Berlin. The answer. Keep your board revealed, Malcolm.
There's no way it's Sydney. I was thinking Sydney.
Is it?
The answer is Manila, Philippines.
I'm an asshole. Malcolm, keep your board up.
Asshole.
Fucking dickhead.
There's no way I got that.
Manila. Yeah, Manila. I wouldn't have thought Manila. I did.
Never heard of that city in my life.
I was
That's the
thinking
Philippines?
Yeah.
Philippines.
Why is it? And I know this is for a fact. If any of us were to think of the Philippines, we'd think of like just like dirt.
I think.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
I mean, like
Every time I think
so
of the
bad,
Philippines,
Mark.
I think of like people living in a shack with
that's
some
what I'm
chickens in the
saying.
back.
Jesus,
That's what I
okay.
was thinking. It was like very rural, kind of like when people think of Egypt, they think of like just sand.
Paulo,
got cities,
Ethan,
though.
anybody else out there?
Sorry,
who's
Dewey.
Filipino?
Sorry,
Dewey.
Filipino.
Dude, great people,
Clip.
representation on movies and stuff, not great.
This is clip.
Representation in movies, people very poor.
I was gonna say though, Malcolm. At first, I was thinking Sydney too, but I was looking for like the bridge or the opera.
Yeah, I was
House
too, and
or
I was like,
something.
"Fuck it, maybe it's inner city,
The inner city of Sydney.
Manila."
So final scores.
Yeah, Matty won. Whatever.
Mark 7.5.
Great.
Malcolm 9.5. Matthew 11.5.
Let's go. I feel like
Yes.
I don't win anything, so this is good.
I literally don't win anything. I haven't won
you
one
haven't,
thing.
sure. Yeah, you definitely.
Mark hasn't done a single game and doesn't know anything.
Yeah, bro, do a game.
All right, I just think
all
of
right.
I just think of interesting conversation. You know what I
Can
mean?
we put Patrick owes Matt something? I guess.
Sure. Let's toss that up on there.
Just do Viva la Tortilla, I guess.
Wow. Okay, we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind. It's 12:20. Does that conclude our show?
Sure.
I think that concludes
We'll
our
skip
show,
Mark this
and
week.
I'm excited to see the footage for this and see how it looks.
There you go.
You're welcome.
Before we go, as I like to do, we'll go around the horn. I just want to say, because I didn't get an opportunity to, let me go to my C cam here. I bought this shirt like a couple months ago, but I'm finally wearing my Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty shirt for the first time. And I just want to say that it's a nice shirt. It's got Snake on it. It's got it written on it. And I just wanted to, I just wanted to show it off as I sit there.
Why were you rubbing your nipple?
Because it made me laugh. Gentlemen, around the horn, is there anything else we wanted to say
I'm starving.
before we
I'm
get
so
out
hungry,
of here?
bro.
Let's hurry up and
McDonald's.
get out of here.
I think this was a success.
End up. McDonald's.
Start mumbling different places.
I think this setup was a success.
This setup
I
is
like
much
the
nicer.
couches.
I
like
think it's much nicer.
the table. I think we need a slightly better side table here, but the idea is there. We need our mic arms. so we
Your
can
arms,
just latch
bro.
on.
Arms game changer.
Game changer.
Imagine being free. You don't gotta hold nothing,
I wouldn't know what
And-
to do with my hands.
and your voice is picked up clearly all the time because there's no like
Variation.
user error.
None of
Do
that.
that again. Keep doing that.
There's no user error.
Error.
That was a great. Somebody clip that out. Anything else anybody wants
Not
to get off
gonna
their
happen.
chest before we get out of here?
Can we get one more clip-worthy thing? Maybe someone strip down. Someone strip naked real quick. Someone strip naked.
Can we play Sexy Back?
Play sexy back. Let's dance to that.
All
All right.
Follow us.
That was only a quiet one. I was hoping it would be a
It was just like,
Right.
louder one.
Right, another one.
Somebody, I saw Nicola at work today for a second, and he was like, "Hey, why did you put that clip out of you like shitting your brains out?" And I was like, "Yeah," I was like, because it was a
Bro,
good,
it's so funny.
it was a good moment.
It zooms. It zooms in. Matthew's looking straight
know.
at the camera, making a face.
Well, even Pablo was like, "You literally did the lock-in thing.
Yeah.
like, you locked
Many
in."
locks
many
in.
people ask me about that clip. My mom goes, "Why did Matty post the video of him farting and laughing about it on the podcast?"
That's one of my favorite moments of just how hard it made me laugh after.
It was so loud,
But
bro.
the fart itself, yeah, I like that. I take a moment to kind of just like stop talking, just like,
You purposely make a face.
and then lock in and shit my brains out. I won't shit again for or fart again for 2 years because that got it out of my system. Except
Who wants to keep listening to music for a little bit before we end the show?
I'd love to.
Let's upload.
Before
We can
we
upload
end
the
the
music.
show?
I'm kidding. I'm
No,
kidding.
because then I have to
I
edit.
mean, we gotta
I
upload
would
the
say
music anyways, right?
Huh?
We gotta upload the stuff. We can listen.
But
to
we
some
do
music.
gotta
That's true.
upload stuff.
Well, then there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's your episode 52. Please like, share, subscribe. Check us out.
Don't do that.
Let us know what you think of the new setup. Did you like it?
Does it look
I
bad?
certainly did.
Honestly, it doesn't even matter if they don't like. No one's gonna give their opinion, and then also even if they disliked it, it's
We're
better
still
for
gonna-
us.
we're gonna
It's
keep it the
honestly
same
true.
way.
Yeah. So if you did give your opinion, shut the fuck up.
Wait, what if they liked
Doja
it? They
Cat-
definitely liked it.
Doja Cat, get back
If
to
you
us
did-
about being on an episode.
Patrick,
I want to show
Patrick
you.
raises a good point.
Uh-huh,
If you did
yeah.
like the new setup, let us know that. But if you have a dissenting opinion, then shut the fuck up. Also, yes, you bring up a good point. Doja Cat, 2 weeks in a row now. Where
Bro,
you at?
We're
Come
gonna
to the
announce her
show.
name
Bro.
52 weeks in a
Bro,
row.
Doja Cat will get seated between you two. How does that make you
Oh
feel?
my geez.
The space is right there.
I'm gonna put my head on her shoulders, bro.
Mark's gonna be like the
Start
Start
kid.
sniffing her.
Mark's gonna be like the kid at that award show when like he got up and was beside Nicki Minaj and
Oh,
like
yeah.
started crying.
She's gonna sit down, Mark, and go, "Oh,
and Nicki Minaj just hugged him.
I'm gonna be like down boy.
Oh my
God.
lord! Oh my god!
Mark's
Doja
gonna do
Cat.
this."
Doja Cat, doesn't this entice you to come do the show?
Bro, you know what? You know what's a thing sometimes on TikTok? People go day one of blank,
Yeah.
day
Yes.
two of blank. This would be our day two
This
of
is
getting
gonna be our,
Doja
like-
Cat
All right,
to
one of
come
our
on our
clips this week
show.
is gonna be day one of, or actually day two, week two, episode, second episode.
doesn't really go- it doesn't- that doesn't flow.
It's like-
So long-winded.
having
Day 1, 2.
Day one,
No,
day
we don't do
week 8, week.
He just goes.
day two, week two, episode 2, mentioning Doja Cat.
Somebody
Please
har-
come on our podcast.
Somebody reset
please.
Malcolm. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those things of like,
You're g-
how often can we?
You're gonna
say it?
make our lives if you come on this. You
How
hear us? You're
often
gonna
can
make
we
it.
Say it until it happens.
We're gonna start podcasting with everybody if you come on here just one time. That's it, just
even
once.
If we don't, but even if we
What
don't to
fuck
other
would be your
guests.
incentive? bro?
just 5 minutes if you're in the Toronto
But even
area.
if
We don't have any. We have almost no viewership. We have no nothing. We can't pay her.
But even
Like,
if
what are we doing?
But even if we don't get
She's
any
coming to a
guests,
stranger's home.
even if we don't get any guests ever again after her, just having her, and if we just said to her like, put it on your Instagram,
Just once.
that would get us so much attention, subscriber count, views way up, baby. Pump up those numbers.
I'm gonna make a case. Doja Cat, I love you, and I want you here.
That's the incentive to come to the show. Mark loves you.
That's right.
Well, anyways,
That's gonna be 2 weeks in a row of me making a Doja Cat.
You have to.
clip, by
And
the
next
way.
week's gonna be 3. I need to. I'm gonna write Doja Cat right here.
Oh my God, you're actually gonna bring it up every week.
We're doing it every
We're gonna do
every
it.
week.
the Doja
Day
counter.
3 of trying to get Doja Cat.
the Doja counter. We're gonna have to work.
And
that
then she
into the
gets here, and
outro.
then she's like,
You were like, hey, Doja
Why'd
Cat,
you guys
what's
want me
your
here?
What's your topic, Doja
How crazy
Cat?
would it be? Because sometimes
we didn't
like
tell her to prepare one.
sometimes when you post a TikTok, if you get to like a high enough day, people are gonna start being like, "Oh my God, like let's tag her. We want to actually see this happen." How crazy would it be if
Oh my
people
God.
like
Yeah,
start
we're-
tagging
let's
Doja
get that guy
Cat?
that
You do
was
hashtag
like-
Morocco and then hashtag Doja Cat, so you get all the Morocco people
What
back.
was the guy where it was like he was eating a picture of somebody every day? He's like eating a picture of whoever until I get on their show every day.
Yeah.
And the video he'd like just take a like printed out piece of paper, crumple it up, and just eat it. And then it was that where it got to the point where eventually people were like, "This guy's been doing this for like 1,000 days. Somebody like give him what he wants already."
The
I've seen
que-
a
the
sad
question-
one of some guy doing like a dance every day until he gets a girlfriend. It's been like thousands of days.
Jesus.
The question becomes: are we willing to commit to thousands of mentions?
I can. How easy is it to just say Doja Cat? We really want you on this
Well,
podcast every single
considering
time.
we upload once a week and we're coming up on a year and 50 episodes,
Yeah.
thousands requires us to be doing this for like 10 plus years, like a Joe Rogan or
Yeah,
someone.
yeah, yeah.
So if in 10 plus years we're still doing this and Doja Cat still hasn't come on, I think it's time to give up the good fight.
So 10 years is our where we draw.
10
the
years
line.
is our mark.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
10 years.
I'm
worth.
fine
saying
with
it
that.
right now. Doja Cat's going to be on this podcast in less than 5 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Malcolm.
and then in 10 years, we're going to have our own studio in
Bro,
LA,
I don't
baby.
want her. I actually don't want her because then it's like
Don't say
No, don't say
that.
that.
What's wrong with you?
No. I love Doja Cat, but like we get her here in this fucking weird scenario, and then what? Then she's like, "What the fuck?"
But
am
we
I
have a
here
good
for?
time, bro. What if she's a chill person?
Exactly.
Cool
She's gonna
person?
bring her.
She's very
She's
chill.
gonna bring her
Yeah.
bodyguards. They're gonna stand right out there.
Yeah.
We're not gonna let them in.
No, they
No,
can't.
they're gonna
They
be
get-
right here, bro.
I feel like
they
feel like-
get the-
What is wrong with
Why
that?
would she be yelling
Why are
that?
we joking?
I
Why
feel
would
like-
she be yelling that?
We're scaring her.
I feel like the idea of like, oh, we're gonna get here within under 5 years. Like, we should like have a goal of getting 1 million subscribers first. You know?
It's like, what's more important? Stay at the numbers we're at now and get Doja Cat, or like actually have an audience but no Doja Cat?
I prefer the latter.
Coin
Our,
toss.
our TikTok following has matched our Instagram following, and it's gonna surpass it very quickly.
I believe we're at 58 at the time of recording on the YouTube, so we're coming up on 60. So
Okay.
everybody out there, don't make me make like bot
100th follower
accounts.
gets
100 subscriber.
100th subscriber gets what?
It's a pat on the back.
Mhm.
Pat on the back.
Yo,
sweater
have you gotten
or
any free anything free lately?
Yo, why don't we
have
end?
I
yo, why
gotten
don't we
anything
end this?
free?
Yeah.
You
Have you gotten
ask if
anything free?
I've gotten free stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
like
in what
like
sense?
you remember the Google
Oh,
Mini?
Jesus.
Remember the Google Mini? you
I
got?
still have some of that stuff.
You have a Google Mini boxed?
I think so, maybe. Yeah.
No way you have a Google Mini
I think
boxed.
so.
It's like $30.
Why?
Is it $30?
It
How
is.
much
It's
is
a
a Google
cheap-
Mini?
It's a cheap ass thing.
Patrick has
It
this
might be
idea of
$100
doing like a fan giveaway or something,
Nah,
but he's
fuck
like,
that.
but we don't want to spend money on anything.
Bro, I don't want to spend any money on anything.
That's what I'm
was-
saying. That's the
Patrick was
problem.
talking to me about it. He's like, yeah, but I know none of us want to spend any money on it, so we need one of us to like have something of value for like free that we're willing to give away.
How about we just ship out some garbage to like the hundreds of subscribers? Like,
No, I'm
just
saying-
as a joke.
I'm saying if we do a giveaway, we can do like if it's valuable enough, we could do like a post on your story, tag a friend kind of thing.
I
If
will
it's
say-
valuable enough.
Who's gonna do that?
I will
if
say
if it's like an iPad, our friends are
Dude,
definitely
dude,
going to
dude,
do
dude,
that.
Before we fuck the idea of any giveaway of any
Yeah,
kind.
yeah.
Bro, like we gotta actually have like quality content, and then people start like we gotta grow our membership up before we do something.
Yeah,
like
the question
that.
is how do we grow our membership though?
Well, I think the question comes down to like how do we improve the content as opposed to like what do we How do we,
are we done?
I'm still running the show. as
Okay,
far as
I was
I'm
gonna say
concerned.
how do like the question should be how do we get this show to be like, you know, people watch it because it's like really funny, really interesting. Like people like we grow like thousands of followers or whatever,
Yeah.
then we do shit like that.
This is
You
true.
got Doja Cat on.
Yeah.
I will say though, in a serious note, what I would like to do, and I know this isn't quite the 1 year mark this episode, but I guess as we near our anniversary, over the course of the next few months, what I would seriously like to do is I say merch, but that's a very liberal use of the word. Not that we're like going to be selling it, more so just for us. And then like if anybody in our orbit wants a shirt or something. I know we talked about doing like hoodies forever ago.
I want to do crew
That
necks.
doesn't really make the most sense
I'd
with
rather
the
do hoodies.
weather coming up, but like we could still do it anyways. But at the very least, I would like
a crew
a
neck.
t-shirt or a long
I
sleeve.
mean, you can go to Gildan. It's literally like $5 for a sweater, and then print is like
Or
another
t-shirt time.
$5, and there you go.
There's
It's so
t-shirt time.
simple.
we can
just
go
like
to
with
as well.
our beige and then maybe like a black variant.
No, not beige. No,
What do you mean cream?
cream.
Or like our
Cream? Actually,
cream.
we can
Sorry,
do
I
cream.
mean our cream.
Right.
Like our colors
Yeah, yeah.
as like the main thing, and then
That would be a dope sweater right there.
put like the
That'd be cool. Yeah.
the circle icon version of the
Crew,
logo
though.
on. or,
Crew
like,
neck.
maybe that.
No.
Whatever. But anyway,
zip up hoodie. I'd love that.
I hate
No,
zip-up.
bro,
I hate
zip-up.
zip-up.
I
I've
love
never.
these hoodies.
Can't do it.
I have a blue one. And I love
I
it.
love hoodies
Doesn't
so
wear
much.
them ever really.
Love
Not
hoodies
really,
so
no.
much. Cannot stand a zip up hoodie though, because
Me
like I
neither.
don't want to fuck with the zipper. Just
My
let me
parents used to
wear
buy
a
me that
hoodie.
shit, and I would never wear it.
Bro.
And they'd be like, "It's so nice." I'm
It-
like, "Bro, I don't want to wear this Fila thing."
It's
Mark
such
was
a-
like
it's such a-
spoiled
it's
brat
a-
kid
yeah.
being like, "Fuck."
It's such a
It's not
pre.
that-
It's such a preteen look. The zip up hoodie.
It kind of is.
It's like middle school.
yeah.
It's giving.
How's that feel?
I've never used this phrase before. It's giving middle school.
Wow.
Okay, let's wrap it
You
up.
sound like every white girl ever. Well, anyways, I guess
Hey, jerk.
that concludes our very long outro here. I don't know which fucking camera to
This
look
is
to. I guess I'm
literally-
gonna look to the main one.
This was last thing. This was literally cold open, cold close.
cold
Yeah.
close.
We should start cold closing.
Goodbye, everybody.